troubles in the past, and hopefully we can come out here tonight and stuff this dynamic Charlotte running attack.
All right, number one. Now there's a change of quarterback. It's John Bushnell back at quarterback. Alex Muse is not playing in this game tonight. They're in a single wing formation, one receiver flanker to the right. There's a toss. Good coverage there by the Palmetto Tiger defense. Turn that one in, and it's a loss of 1 on the play.
Yeah, great job by the outside linebacker defensive end forcing it in, and had a lot of help there to make the stop.
Yeah, you're right, Kenny. We had a good job there by Bembry as well, and number 99, Matty White. But that's going to be the key tonight, is staying disciplined and not getting out of position. We've got to stay in our position because they can cut back and hurt us on one deep play here.
Interesting formation here. Looks like it is a spread T formation. 2 backs in front of the quarterback in the shotgun. They hand it off to the ball on around the edge, and he's going to be tackled. Great tackle there, and Brandon Waiters cleans things up along with William Rumpf. No gain.
Yeah, what you had there also, Brian, you had just a nice job by Derek Marino cutting that edge off and making that back turn inside, and that's going to be the game plan all night. We've got to contain the edges. We've been weak at that here in the last few weeks, and we just got to do a better job here tonight.
Comes out in kind of a spread T formation now with the spread offense, and quarterback looking over the field. Palmetto in a 4-man front, and they fake the jet sweep. Quarterback keeps it running hard, and he goes for a gain of about 6 on the play. Still going to be about 2 yards short of the first down. Ball's going to be spotted at the 36-yard line.
Yeah, I know we don't have the starting quarterback tonight, but they still have to be prepared for that option. They got to be prepared for the running back, or the quarterback running that ball up the middle.
Yeah, basically like a wild card. You got to fend for that quarterback.
2 receivers on the right, 1 wide out to the left. Palmetto Tigers need to stay disciplined and not come off sides here. And it's a snap, and it's a big back taking it to the middle of the field. He's going to be short. Palmetto Tigers with a big stop. And that's a very talented back there, Jaden Grant, number 22, but the Palmetto Tigers up for the task.
Yeah, so both the offenses go for it on 4th down, and both are stopped by just a great defensive work by both teams. So the Tigers answered the call, exactly what we needed here to give the ball back to the offense, who started slow once again, guys, on that first series, but really got to pick it up here and try to get some points on the board.
Well, here we are. It was a wet, tough ride down here to Punta Gorda. For those of you that stayed home to watch in the comfort of your homes, good call. But we made it. We're up and live. And now, as Butler goes in motions, there's going to be a false start on the Tigers back into the sub 5 yards. It's now 1st and 15.
That's going to be number 60. Is that Pasco that moved a little bit there on the right tackle position? Not really sure.
Ethan Ingram out there.
Okay, sorry, Samuel. Didn't mean to throw you under the bus there, but that's just mental mistakes. We got to eliminate them.
So 1st and 15, Butler in motion. Marino looks at the back. Johnny Jones out there trying to get a block. Good containment over there, and he's got an edge, and he's out at the 39, spotted at the 40-yard line there. So good gain on that play.
Yeah, we're going to go into a hurry-up offense here, but we got a man down, and we're trying to, looks like.
Might be Johnny Jones, right?
Well, he was coming off, I think, anyway.
Okay.
He was running in a little bit of area, making a big gain out of it.
10-yard gain there, and it's now 2nd and 5. Corian Brown in the backfield, option right. Corian Brown's got it. Get a crease out there, Corian. He's got the edge. He's at the 34, down to the 35, and about the 20. Let's look at the spot out there across the field, 30-yard line.
Yeah, we got to give kudos on that to the offensive line, also the receivers, good blocking downfield. Corian was able to get around the edge, and his speed took over from there, guys.
And Anthony to a good read on the pitch for the option.
Corian Brown doing his Jeff Demps imitation there, wearing that number 2. Former track guy also. Boy, does Corian Brown have the blazing speed. Here it is, Johnny Jones, and he's looking and down at the 5-yard line. Johnny Jones.
Did you see him do that little high step there? He's taking on that safety.
Well, Johnny is not going to shy away from contact, and that was a good job by him of getting around the edge once again and putting that last hit on that corner before he goes out of bounds.
We are finding the edge so far tonight. Great start.
First and goal from the 5-yard line in the Superior Asphalt red zone. Marino takes it, hands it off to Johnny Jones, runs hard, and he's met after a gain of about 1.5 on the play.
So we haven't really given, in my opinion, enough credit to the offensive line. I thought last week they did an incredible job. We didn't talk about that enough because we were getting beat. And we're going to, expect the same tonight. We're going to really need them to pick up this offense and give Johnny those running lanes that he needs to pick up those first downs.
He doesn't need much.
Now over here, very tight on the formation is Kobe Mays. And it looks like it's a run to the left, and that is LeJonte Wester, very close to the goal line, but he's going to be spotted a yard short here. So that's going to bring up a 3rd and goal from it. Looks like the spot is sorting it out. Looks like it's about the 2-yard line, Ken.
He was running around a whole lot to not get into the end zone, but key here, we got to finish this drive. We're in 2-down territory here, Rick.
And an interesting formation on the last play with Kobe Mays out there. There was no corner. The coverage was on the inside of him. Different formation for the Tigers. Look for Butler over here, number 6 in the slot. Big cushion over there. Marino takes it, looks.
There he is.
Runs and he throws it out there. Butler to the corner. Wow, what speed. And it's a touchdown.
Brian.
Hey, you know what? That's a great call, and that was a great throw by Anthony. Give Bubba, just give him the ball in front of him. I don't care how far you throw it. He's going to pick up the speed and get the.
And there was no way that defensive back, he wasn't in position, and it's hard enough when you are in position to try to cover that boy. And nice pitch and catch, and a good call there, Coach Brian.
And the closing speed as the ball was in the air. I thought, wow, that's a long ways out to the boundary. And, Adravian Butler, Bubba, he shows he's got that great speed.
And able to keep your feet in bounds, too, at the last second.
Braden Nichols going to fire this one back there to Marino. Spot's good, kicks up, and it's good. So your Palmetto Tigers lead this one 7-0 with 7:19 on the quarter.
Yeah, guys, we didn't really get to talk about this. We were going through some audio issues before we went on air, but this is – if people don't know, this is a very important game for the Tigers tonight. We have to win this game to get into the playoffs. We have not had a lot of luck here in the past.
No.
And we just really need to play sound, disciplined football tonight and let the playmakers make the plays. I'll tell you that this week the playmakers were begging for the ball. All of them want the ball tonight, so we're going to try to get the ball to them. Let's see what they can do.
In that regard to that, you would, with the rain that we had, it was an incredible amount of rain. It was like being in a hurricane on the way down here today. And, the field, it looks like it's in very good shape. I couldn't believe the cuts that the Palmetto, that cut that Butler did coming out of his cut on what should be a very wet field. Beautiful facilities here at the Fishbowl in Punta Gorda. Now, dropping back to kick is Rafael Gonzalez. Get a kick out of great service from our friends at DeVito's Auto located in Ellenton, Florida. Gonzalez. The ball's whistled live. Gonzalez approaches the ball. It is a very high kick, and it's going to be fielded at the 6-yard line. And he takes it, looks to the middle field early, and he's got a great tackle there by the Tigers, and the ball is spotted about the 25-yard line.
Good job by the coverage team once again. They have been just excellent all year, and we get once again the ball deep in Charlotte's territory, and we just have to continue to play defensively sound football here, and really don't have a lot of room for error, guys. Last week we kind of floundered a little bit in the second half, and that hurt us against Venice, but we got to play 48 minutes of ball here tonight.
All right, Charlotte lines up. Now this time they have that wing T look. Now the slot back comes across the formation. Quarterback takes it, looks down the sideline, combination route, escapes the – there's a block in the back on Matthew Wyatt, so that's going to be a flag.
Was one thrown, guys? I don't see one.
Yeah, they got the flag. He got
the because that was an obvious block in the back, and that's a very dangerous block.
Yes. Rick, you were talking about the playoffs. Our producer Jordan has got the games on the crawl down there that we're watching. Obviously, St. Petersburg and Palmetto are tied for that last spot. We need Braden River to obviously beat them. Right now, that's all we need to worry about is we want to win here and a loss for St. Petersburg at Braden River. After that, it gets very muddied, so we're going to stick to that plan right now. And those other games that are there on there were the ones we're watching that we may have to be looking at later.
Well, nobody handles muddier better than you, Kenny.
Now
just win the game.
John Bushna takes this one. 2 receivers to the right, 1 out there wide. Runs a little hitch out there, and then closing over there, number 21 for the Tigers.
That's Wester.
John. And you know what? One thing they've got, John Bushna, and he showed on that last scramble, he's listed as a quarterback, number 1, 6'2", 180 pounds. Mm-hmm. The reason he's playing tonight, the Tarpons have already pretty much locked their playoff situation. Yes. Their very talented quarterback, Alex Muse, a transfer from Port Charlotte that's been doing great things here. He was able to take a knee in this one, and they don't have to put him at risk tonight. Now Bushna looks things over, hands it off to the back, fakes the handoff, tries to get the edge, breaks a tackle or two, gets up to about the original line of scrimmage, so it'll be 3rd and 10.
Yeah, still a good job by the defense, swarming to the ball and not letting him break containment and get in the outside. So, so far so good, guys. I mean, we just got to stay disciplined. And I'll keep saying that all night because we cannot afford to get out of position and give them an opportunity to break out because they've got speed, they're talented, and they're winners.
All right, 2 receivers in the formation, wide right. 1 single out there to the left. Bushna in the backfield, looking over the Tiger defense. Single high safety coverage back there. Looks, rolls to the right. Good coverage out there. Here's an interception. Great play. He's got it running up top, and that's going to be great.
Reese Lyons on that.
Lyons, nice pick.
Reese Lyons leads the team with pass breakups, and he's surprising because he looks and plays a lot of linebacker. But there he looked like a doggone
But watching him, all he's doing is eyeballing the quarterback right here, guys.
He threw it right to him, too. Look at this. Bam. Wasn't even close.
Look at the coverage skills there. Looked like a corner the way he came out of his break.
The colleges are looking at him because he can line up on the line of scrimmage. He can play that linebacker, and he's also has the skills to play like a strong safety as well. That's why the scouts like him.
Yeah, and he's an outstanding talent. And unfortunately, we only have just a few more games with him before he moves on to the next chapter. And while we have a water break here, guys, just in case people don't know, we are in the stands tonight. We are outside on the visitor side here with our Palmetto fans. We're sitting here under a tarp. Thank goodness it's no longer raining. This is just a great place to watch a game and also to broadcast the game. But beautiful weather now. That rain has pushed out of here, and just hopefully we can keep the noise down.
Yeah, we have our camera guys in front of us, and we're seeing exactly what you're seeing on your home on your TV.
Except for we're having to duck under the tarp.
Yeah, we have to duck
a
little to see the game, but we have to do that in the press box sometimes. Sometimes it's fogged up.
Yeah, one thing we don't have.
It's 100 degrees in there.
We have no foggy windows tonight.
No foggy windows,
Perfect.
yes.
We can't play tic-tac-toe. Tonight we can't play tic-tac-toe on the frosted windows in front of us. It's beautiful.
And it was me and Rick for the championship tonight.
Well, we're the Tigers. I guess I'd look for a cat in that deal.
Yes.
That seems what I always used to get that against the computers. Now, great situation for your Palmetto Tigers offense here. Anthony Marino, 3 receivers out here to the right, and Kobe Mays out to the left. Jonte Wester out there. Butler's in the slot. And boy, not much safety help at this point. You could almost run Butler to something on a post pattern. But here he goes. Marino rolls to the right again. Looks up, slips, maintains his balance, and he's going to go for about a 1.5-yard gain.
It was a good job, though, by Anthony, just maintaining his feet there, staying balanced, because he could have just falling very easily right there at the line of scrimmage. So the field is going to be getting worse, I would imagine, as the game goes on. I mean, it did rain a lot. You can start seeing now some of the
the probably turf on the 40-yard line, 35 there. It's middle of the field.
But here, Palmetto Tigers driving. It is 2nd and 8. The ball is spotted about the 18-yard line. Marino has Corian Brown in the backfield with him. 2 receivers out here. Curtis Thomas wide to the left. And Wester looking for it in the seam.
Wide open.
And he's got him.
Yes.
And you got a touchdown.
Nice read by Anthony.
Yeah, nice read. Way to pick up the
Did you see the linebacker trying to grab him, and then he decided to blitz, and Anthony picked that up and just run the trailer route across the field. Easy pitch and catch, Brian.
Yeah, great play by the offense. Great call. So with 4 minutes and 28 seconds remaining here in the first quarter, the Palmetto Tigers lead 13-0. Now Braden Nickel. You know, Braden Nickel, by the way, he is an excellent-looking long snapper for the future. You know, he makes a lot of great snaps. He's going to snap this one back to Anthony Marino. Rafael Gonzalez looks it, drives it, kicks it through there. So your Palmetto Tigers lead with 4:28, 14-0.
Well, hey, just an excellent way to start off this ball game with 4:28 left here in the first quarter. Couldn't ask for anything better. Had that one, starting drive that stalled, and defensively we came out and were able to get Charlotte back on their sideline with a 4th and 3. So, hey, the formula is defense stop them, offense got to score. Let's just keep it rolling, get that train going.
Eerily similar to last week, guys. 14-0, everything's working, so we got to make sure we stay focused on this.
Yeah, no doubt, Tom. That's a great point because we looked really good last week against Venice. That second half was just a debacle.
First half. Oh, yeah.
The second half just fell apart.
We need to play full 48 minutes tonight.
All right, get prepared for a kick here and get a kick out of great service from DeVito's Auto, located in Ellington, Florida. Gonzalez. You know, Ken, he has been just about perfect with the extra points this year, and he's done a fine job, has Rafael Gonzalez. Drives this one deep. It's going to be fielded at the 4-yard line, trying to find a crease out there, and you can see that receiver has a lot of speed. And I have to apologize, folks. Tonight, under the tent here, it's very dark. We're unable to see our rosters, so I'm not able to get you a player name on that. I'll work on that during the halftime break.
Oh, they can see us, yeah.
Hey, let's be honest, though. There are times when we have all the light we need. We still can't hardly get the numbers.
Yes, you're right.
Yeah,
that's
true.
Point, Rick.
Very
it's just
true.
great being out here with the fans.
Yeah, and the fans here.
They've started. We got a good, decent crowd here. It was.
Yeah.
Before the game, I was wondering if they tried to weather the storm.
Yeah, during the trip down, I was thinking how many people are going to turn around. Lots, accidents on 75, but we're happy to be here. Now they have 2 backs rolling. He looks out in the flat to the back, uncovered out there, and that's going to be Harvey, and he's going to be very close to the first down. He's going to be about a yard short, so picked up about 9 on the play.
Yeah, good job by Day Hill. He comes off of his man and is able to get the receiver out of bounds, and we know how quick Day is and how he is always looking to hit somebody.
Now, I don't know where that other camera is, but we had a good look here at Osborne and Eric Arfons here. Kevin Osborne, Eric Arfons working the cameras up here under the tent for us tonight. Now, Palmetto, 2nd and a very long 2. They hand the ball off, faked it, run up the field. Good run there, and it's going to be a foot race. Day Hill's going to catch him. So you saw the Palmetto Tigers with that closing speed, but not after a great game by the quarterback.
Yeah, that's a good job by Day Hill. We have seen that several times this year. When you think a play is heading to the end zone, he's able just to come out of nowhere. You see him here, number 3, Day Hill, making that tackle. But, we've already talked about this, but we have got to contain the middle. They got to watch that quarterback.
Somebody's got to have a Simon on that quarterback.
That was Josh Bushna, the quarterback. Showed pretty good speed up there. Now he hands the ball off this time. The wingback coming around from the far sideline, trying to get it out there, tackled by Brandon Waiters, after about a gain of 4 yards.
Yeah, they've been more effective running up the gut, much like Venice did last week on us. We've been able to pretty much contain them so far.
I can tell you what happens. We start, we get this lead and we start getting a little bit, out of position, start getting a little too athletic, I would say. Just stay where you're supposed to be and, take your man down.
And that was Asher Thomas. He's listed at 5'5", 155 pounds, but he is a burner coming around there from his slot back position. Quarterback, Bushna looks, keeps, runs forward.
Yeah, there's
great tackle,
Matthew
White.
Matty White comes in. That's what we have to do. And Matty was exactly where he needed to be on that play and comes in there and just stops him from no gain. Good job, Matty White.
So that brings up a 3rd and 4 for the Tarpons here with 2 minutes and 49 seconds remaining here in the first quarter.
I never realized how many vocal fans we have. We got some serious. They don't need bullhorns. They don't need any devices. They just yell.
2 minutes 35. The cowbells are sounding here as the Palmetto defense is creeping up to the line of scrimmage. This time they hand it off to Harvey. Nothing doing. He's going to be stopped, and that's going to bring up 4th and 4.
So you probably see their kicker.
Yeah, well, you got to wonder if they're going to try to go for it here, 4th and 4, or if they're going to bring out their outstanding kicker. And right now I don't see him coming out.
Doesn't look like it. Looks like they're going to test our defense again.
So that was the big back, which is Jaden Grant to the middle of the line there. And he's a little bit of a thicker, he's a tough runner on the inside. And then they countered that with a couple of these slot backs. And now they're back there with 2 backs in the backfield, 2 on the receiving side, and there was a false start there. They're going to back them up 5 yards, so that's going to bring up a 4th and 9.
It's on the 29, so if they do try it, we're talking about 46.
Let's see, it's at the 19, so they're going to back them up 5. So it'll be, 24?
It's on the defense.
It's on the defense.
Encroachment on the defense. Wow. So they said the Palmetto Tigers lined up offsides. Didn't jump, just lined up offsides.
It's an easy way to get a first down.
Boy. So with a minute 41 here in the first quarter, that is a big break for the Tarpons. Now they're coming out, and it is a single wing, actually flanking out two receivers to the left, 1 single out here to the right. And they look, and now good pressure in the middle of the field. Throws it late, and that was a great catch over there. And he is out of bounds, toe on the line. Now let's see if we can pick this up.
I was wondering if he was going to call that. He ran all the way to the spot.
It was close. It was very close. Let's pick it up on the North Manatee Realty replay here. Look at this. Comes out of the break. And then here's the throw wide to the boundary. Pushes off a little bit.
Yep.
Very close. We're looking at it on a small monitor.
He was in position. Looks like he was in position.
Very close. We're getting another look at this. Here it is.
You only need 1 foot.
One foot in high school.
Yeah, that's all he needed, but his toe must have been on the line. So now it's 2nd and 10. Quarterback rolls, throws it out there wide, and it's incomplete. There's that play again with a crossing route across the middle. It was open.
It was wide open, and good thing he missed that because he had a good chance of scoring on that play because he is a speedster, and we didn't have anyone around him. But luckily for us, the ball just went right through his hands.
Yeah, if you've looked at some film out there, Bush probably got very excited about that look on the defense and had his back coming across the middle wide open. Just missed him. 3rd down and 10. Ball is spotted at about the 14-yard line. Bushna waits the snap. He's throwing to the right. Look out for the blind side, and there is almost picked off there. Great coverage. Marino in front. Lyons and
Ellison Bradley.
There was 4 of our guys.
Great coverage.
Coverage on that. So now they bring in the field goal unit, get to see this kicker.
And I tell you, this kid has been dynamic. I was watching him during warm-ups, and he was kicking them 45 and 50, very smooth. I know, Kenny, if you watched him long enough, you would love him. He's
good.
He's special.
So he punts for him too.
Kenny Scribner. This one would be a 30-yard field goal, and Palmetto jumps offside. Unbelievable.
We got to be careful. I don't know why this is so difficult
it's the
for us.
10th game, you know.
I mean, watch the ball.
They're going on the ball.
You know, it makes it 4th and 5, so it just gives them an easier kick if they decide to still kick this ball. But, that was a false start. Hey, there we go.
Well, we're up for 2. Yeah. Calling these things.
Well, we've had –
all right. So now this will be a 35-yard field goal, very easily within Scribner's range.
Yeah, it really has. This is not any more difficult for him.
The snap is good, spot's good, kicks up, a line drive, and it is no good.
Wow, all that talk.
Y'all talked him up too much.
Man, we talked him up way too much. I was watching that kid during warm-ups, Tom. He had a 50-yarder.
He missed that thing by 10 yards, guys.
My goodness.
It wasn't a great snap. They had to get the ball down, but he missed it by 10 yards.
Tom, that's a good look with you tonight with your jacket and shorts on. Just want you to know you're looking mighty sharp.
I was going to wear the short shorts, but, you know.
You're looking good.
Over there talking to Robbie Stevenson, special teams coach. And now Palmetto Tigers with 53.6 seconds left in this first quarter, hanging on to a 14-0 lead. Marino's going to take this one. Ball is on the 20-yard line. Looks. Nice route out here by Mays. Great throw, catch, and that's going to be a 9-yard completion.
Really nice by Kobe Mays. And what was nice about that as well is that Anthony knew exactly where he was supposed to be, and he put that ball.
One of those timing routes they practice probably thousands of times. One of those things you do after practice, just to get your timing down. There's almost impossible to stop.
Pretty good coverage over there by Tavayan Kelly, and he's a corner over there. Good coverage, but better route.
What was the penalty?
What are we going back for?
Penalty going back. It's got to be a holding with us backing up, but spot foul. Didn't catch that.
Yeah, it's 1st and 20.
Yeah, 1st and 20. Hands off to Corian Brown, running hard. Nice gain on the play.
Guys, that was a hold on number 75 in that last play.
So the call was on Lee Matthews.
Which, you know, we haven't called many holding penalties on Lee all year.
No.
And this Palmetto unit, they have been superior this year. And now Marino looks to the middle, throws the big ball down the sideline and unable to catch up with it. And that was Wester over there, but we have a flag.
Another flag on the line of scrimmage.
Flag at the line of scrimmage. That's probably going to be a holding there. Great protection there as Marino throws the big ball.
I've never seen him throw the ball like that.
That was
My goodness.
That was about 60 yards.
60 yards.
So Anthony's showing that he's got the arm talent. You know, Anthony runs about a 4.7 and completes about 70% of his passes.
Rushes for 11 or 12 touchdowns.
Rushes for 12 touchdowns, averages 8.2 yards rushing, and that includes sack yardage and small runs like quarterback sneaks. So Anthony Marino is a fine quarterback.
I think that's going to be an illegal man downfield is what they're calling. I'm trying to pick up the referee from where we're at.
Yeah, that's what he called, and they declined it. So.
Thanks very much, Tom. We're going to need your help from our dark vantage point up here on some of those plays down there.
I think I would have taken that penalty.
I think we're at 3rd and 15. And it's a fake. Marino keeps it. He's at the 20, 25.
Come on.
And tackled right there at the 25-yard line. Great gain on the play, but that'll bring up a punting situation.
Good job. Yeah, that was a nice run by Anthony. That's going to be the end of the first quarter, but at least he gets us in a position where Derek can punt the ball.
Flip the field.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. And we'd like to thank all of our sponsors, but tonight, Conley Buick GMC, that sponsors TigerVision here, one of our fantastic sponsors. And, guys, looking at the vehicles that they have over there, I happened to stop by there a couple of weeks ago. There's some really great deals, especially on trucks. I looked at one of the Conley young men is actually the fleet manager over there, and I didn't know if you guys knew this, but they're like leading the nation in their fleet division over there, and there's some great deals on some awesome trucks over there at Conley Buick GMC.
That's a great family. We're just honored to have them as a sponsor here for TigerVision. They just have done so much.
They have
for the community.
Yes,
and just a great family.
Thank you.
Now, Derek Marino is going to take this one, and this is Braden Nickel, the long snapper, is going to snap this one away. And 2 receivers back here to field this one. Referees sorting some things out here after the quarter change. 12 on the clock here. This is the beginning of the second quarter for those of you who are just joining in. All right, here we are live. Good snap. And a low kick. It's going to be returnable. And that is going to be very elusive back, but unable to get away from a great tackle there. And that is number
Mike Goff.
10. Mike Goff out there on the kick coverage.
Great job by Mike Goff. We dodged the bullet there. Derek got a great punt off. The problem was very little hang time, and he kicked it right to him. And usually that's a recipe for disaster, but Mike and the group got down there, and actually they didn't net anything hardly on a return.
Yeah, good to see Day Hill back in the game at the corner after that long run and tackle he made. I think he got a little shook up, and I could see him kind of working it out on the sideline, but he's back in the game. That's good for this Tiger defense.
Looks like Braden River up 20-17. That's what we need to happen.
So good things happening here for the Tigers. And Bushna takes this one out of the shotgun. Looks, throws. Got a man wide open, makes a great catch over there. First down. And that's Jeremiah Harvey with a nice shoestring catch over there. Nothing defensively, pretty good shape there. Just a nice route and a great break by Jeremiah Harvey and a great catch.
And looking at our stats, 93 total yards to 73 for Charlotte. But all we're worried about tonight is the score, 14-0.
10-4 now. Bushna looks. He throws the long ball to no one. No one home.
Grounding.
And, that was so bad. That was not one he was just throwing away to an open area. That had to be miscommunication between.
There was nobody over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, just picking up that John Wester is not at his corner position. Got number 24 in there now. Not really sure if John is hurt or if he's just taking a breather, but he's not in the game right now.
All right, here 11-20 in this one, and Palmetto Tigers, are in this must-win game down here. And guys, the weather has changed dramatically. It is a gorgeous night down here in Punta Gorda.
Yeah, we got lucky because, last night they were talking about that front moving through a little bit later in the day. About, this time at kickoff, I was a little concerned last night watching my main weatherman there, Paul Delgado. But just glad that it pushed through early and we're able to enjoy Tiger football.
The front coming through here now.
Rick, I tell you this week after week, you don't have to watch him anymore. You just need to find out, like I do every week, when are the guys going to put the trailer on the hitch, start loading up the stuff, and start laying wires down on the field, and it will be raining.
No doubt. We have left a lot of trenches behind Tiger Stadium trying to get that trailer out of that mud.
It rains every time on the setup for the TigerVision crew. TigerVision as presented by Conley Buick GMC. Bushna takes this one. hands it off to the back, makes a couple guys miss there. Nice gain on the play. It goes for, and now they're going to be about, I'd say they're going to be about 7 yards short.
Yeah, once again,
6 yards.
We gotta contain that middle. That's where they have exploited us the most here tonight up to this point, is right up the gut. We've done a really good job containing the edges, but those linebackers have got to come up and fill that gap, Kenny.
Going to bend but not break tonight.
Single wing formation, single wing to the left. You look at that H-back, 2 receivers out here wide left, 1 single to the right. He looks, steps up, and great tackle by John Bembry.
Big Bembry right there.
John Bembry, nice play.
Beautiful play.
He's had a great season.
He really has. Coming off that knee injury last year, he worked hard all summer long, and we may have our first punt of the night by Charlotte.
And it's probably Scribner. I looked on the backside of that coverage. Reese Lyons back there running stride for stride with the receiver, and Day Hill. Nobody open. And then John Bembry with a great tackle. As the clock hits 10 here in the second quarter, Charlotte's going to punt this one away. Jonte Wester back there. A nice high kick, fair catch called. And he receives it right at the 10-yard line, just how they tell you to do it. Right, Ken?
That's right out of the textbook there. If it goes over your head, let it go. Just leave it alone.
Jonte Wester, always a threat to take it to the distance anytime he touches the ball.
The Tigers are fighting for that number 8 spot. It's going to be between us and St. Petersburg. Braden Rivers leading them 20-17. I saw a lot of points being scored, and Braden River, as long as Braden River stays ahead and Palmetto wins this game, we'll be in good shape.
All right, and we'll talk about playoff speculation here a little bit later on. Ken Burton Jr., he always knows. Rick and I we'll win the next.
We just listen.
Let's win the game in front of us.
Let's just win the game tonight and make it easy.
Marino tries to draw him off sides, doesn't. And that's Corian Brown. Boy, is he running fast tonight. And that's a gain of about 6 on the play. On a play looked like it was going to go nowhere.
Yeah, it really did, Brian. He was able to get around that edge a little bit and pick up, some good yardage. And I still kind of feel, even though we're up 14-0, that we're still kind of, searching for that identity tonight. Are we going to run the ball more? Are we going to try to pass?
We're getting 6 yards a pop, but we're going to be okay. We just got to keep doing it here.
Option play, Corian Brown. Wow, is he fast tonight? And he's going to have the big first down gain on that one.
That's how you run that option.
Yeah, I think right now we'll that running game is explosive.
Let's just keep doing this until they figure out how to stop it.
And that's what Venice did last week in the second half. They just ran the ball until we stopped them.
Same gap.
Unfortunately, we didn't stop them many times.
Yes, we have a flag here, and we
probably a hold out there would be my guess. But guys, going back to that, Palmetto rushes. It's about 48%, and then passing 52%. And Ty Stoll, he sent me some statistics, and it was right after 10 games, it was 7.0022. It was 7 yards per rush from the team, every player on the team, 7 yards per carry. And when you think about a team that passes the ball as well as Palmetto High School does, you just would never expect them to have that dynamic of a rushing unit. 7 yards a carry, Ken.
That's impressive.
Marino looks reverse, and it's going to be Butler. Needed a block out there. Didn't get it, but he faked one defender out of his shoes, and going to be very, very close to the first down.
We have another flag on the play.
Now, you know what? The not getting tied up in the block, the receiver just bailed on the block, trying to avoid a holding penalty. Because when you have a guy like Butler out there, sometimes you don't need to block anybody.
Just get in their way. You don't have to really do anything.
Yeah, this is going to be on Charlotte. I would like to see the number just for our district. I mean, we have been penalized a lot this year, guys, and I would like to know where we stand with the other teams in our district, because it just seems like we have seen that yellow hanky a lot this year.
Okay, so
very timely too.
So what happened there? Where receiver was out there getting the block, the defender got the hands up into the face mask, trying to get a stalemate out there. So it was called a defensive. It was a face mask on the defense. Now Palmetto has the ball 1st and 10. Marino fakes. Boy, that was a good fake. Throws the ball down the middle. Wester's there.
That's passing.
He's got it.
He's
at the 20.
Goodbye. Bye-bye.
5. Touchdown.
That's a great job by Jonte Wester because that ball was a little underthrown.
There's a penalty on the field, boys.
That's going to be pass interference there, Tom Porter.
It looks like it might be offense.
No way. Okay, first, as you look at
again.
it, watch the guy grab him, and then Jonte gets a little separation here. Watch this. Face guarding, Wester.
He never even got
touchdown.
his head turned around. I need positive thoughts from you, Tom Porter. Positive thoughts.
Yes, give us some positive thoughts.
I'm working on it, guys.
Here we go with the call. And where was, I thought the flag would be thrown right there. It came from way away from the play. And coming over to the sidelines talking to Coach Marino. It is a touchdown for the Tigers.
There we go, Rick. Touchdown.
Good call.
I told you, Ricky, that was defensive pass interference there.
Clearly. Tom with a positive vibe.
It looks like defensive passing, but until they call it,
I wasn't going to challenge my lion eyes if that was.
All right, Tom, take us through this one. Watch the long snapper and tell us what you think. Take us through this extra point here.
All right, so I was just talking to Coach Stevenson about the long snapper, number 28. This kid's pretty good. He does a great job. He's been consistent all year. Something we've kind of had issues with in the past. He's been pretty consistent, and he's a great cover guy too. So as a former snapper, I love to see this. I don't think we've had one bad snap all year. That's a positive thing coming to you there, Rick.
Thank you.
So let's see what happens here. So he snaps the ball back, good hold. It's up and it's through. Nice, consistent thing. People take that for granted, the extra point, but man, that's a game changer a lot of times, and we've been very consistent on that year long.
Yeah, well, if we go back and we take a look at the past, we've had some issues with that, but Braden has been consistent. What I like about him is that, he likes doing it. He's only a junior. We're going to have him again next year. He'll probably be playing a lot of linebacker next year as well. So, good to know that the future is looking bright. We also have some really talented JV players that will also be moving up next year. So the future's looking good here for Tiger football, guys.
A lot of people don't realize on a placement kick like that, you want that thing off in 1.2 seconds. So snap, hold, and kick, and you got 11 guys there trying to make you miss. So it's harder than you think.
The big thing here with 8:35 left in the second quarter, we're up 21-0. So, exactly what the doctor ordered here. So far, so good. We just got to keep it going.
Palmetto looking very impressive here on offense tonight. Defensive has the goose egg on the board, 8 minutes and 35 seconds. The penalty was assessed on the scoring play. Now, this brings back a memory from last year. Last year there was a targeting on Charlotte. Then the coach went ballistic and there was a personal foul. And we ended up kicking off from their 30-yard line.
That's right.
It was fantastic. So speaking of fantastic, get a kick out of fantastic service from our friends at DeVito's Auto. This one's a high kick fielded at the goal line. That's a touchback.
That was a touchback.
That's interesting. So he's got the ball out to the 20. And a good return.
That could have backfired on us right there, guys.
It's where the ball crossed the plane.
Well,
there.
yeah, looked like he had his one back foot was like completely in the end zone.
Well, that's because it was, Kenny. That's because it was.
All
even
right.
Under the tent in the dark here, you can see that.
Yeah, even the three guys up here in the dark could sort that one out. That was pretty clear. But they'll have the ball and they said he stepped out of bounds there. Ball's going to be at the 17-yard line.
But still,
good
again,
coverage.
great coverage.
Good coverage.
Great coverage. Just, they would have got it on the 20, 25.
Right.
So everybody wins.
8:27 here on the clock. Bushna looking things over. Just a quarterback keep to the left. And that's a hold.
There's a hold right there.
And finally they called it, but that was an obvious hold. And referee right on the spot there calls that. It was right in front of him, and good job by him.
Now that was Ellison, or that was Floyd Dozier Jr. out there. I know one thing. There was a lot of jersey being held on that one. And so that's going to back him up. And that was probably – it's a spot foul, and it was about 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage. So that should bring up – that's a
first and 22,
very costly penalty. Yeah, 12 and 10 is 22, so first and 22.
Yeah, I just want the defense to stay hungry here. Just stay hungry, and right now let's think about making a couple of stops here, keeping them right here at their end of the field.
St. Petersburg just took the lead on Braden River, 24-21. Wow, that's a barn burner.
Jaden Grant is in the backfield with Bushna. Looks over the field, rolls to his right, looks for the crosser, now throws late. Good coverage there. Ellison Bradley?
No, that's going to be 41. Cummings. That's going to be Davion Cummings.
Davion Cummings, yes.
Yeah, number 41. Davion just gets better every week, and very, very skilled coverage defender for the Tigers.
Watch this again on the replay. There he is. Great job.
If Davion would have had a little bit more field there, he would have jumped that route.
Jumped it, and easy pick six.
Yeah, one thing about this Tarpon team tonight, with them already being in the playoff, they are not starting their left tackle, which is a Dustin Hale, which is a 320-pound, 6'6" tackle.
He's committed to an SEC school, I believe.
Yeah, he's a talent. Good run.
What's his nickname? Tiny? Holy mackerel.
6'6", 320, and then next to him, a 290-pounder. So
pretty big. Pretty
big. Years ago, this Tarpons team with their wing bone, with their flex bone, and they run the single wing, and then they also have the old wing tee.
Mm-hmm.
They had the smaller type linemen, but you can see over the years they're making a change. They're getting bigger. As I watch this team over the years, they get bigger and stronger along the offensive line. Bushna waits. There's the snap. Throws the long ball. Safety help, Derek. Good position, and there's the flag.
Throw a flag on that.
My goodness.
Wow.
Pretty good position on the play. You'll get a look at it on your North Manatee Realty.
I don't want to get crazy. I really thought that, Derek's going for the ball. He's looking back at the ball.
So I've got a personal down here, guys, on the defense. And the officials missed a false start on that left tackle as well. That play was just a mess.
So we've got flags all over the place.
So that's another penalty.
Boy, that'd be tough. Yeah, with a false start here in high school, they would blow that dead, and there wouldn't be a play. So they missed that one.
So they're going to go back, and then they're going to go up.
Really? Unsportsmanlike conduct against the Tigers. And that's a first down.
Well, we were looking at the play, so I don't know what was happening at the line of scrimmage, but we've got to contain our composure here. We can't be – we talk about it all the time, but we got to put these silly penalties behind us, guys. That's just uncalled for. This is a big game. We got to win this game to have a shot.
7:13 on the clock. John Bushna back there. Two receivers out there to the right. Palmetto 5 across the line. Here comes Charles Miller, and they do the Utah pass in there, and it's fumble. That's incomplete pass.
Let's go. Yeah,
the shovel pass.
Yeah,
that's gonna be an incomplete.
I tell you, I thought that play was gonna be called dead because the left tackle moved before the ball was snapped, and they didn't call it. But just an incomplete pass here for Charlotte with 2nd and 10, 7:07 left here in the second quarter. But
this is Manatee would run this with Canaan.
Yeah,
they were good at it too, buddy.
They were good at it. They could.
I think
textbook.
Matthew Wyatt got in there and almost he's done that before. He's intercepted the Utah pass. He was very close to making an interception there. Bushna.
That left tackle continues to move.
And that's Grant, middle of the line, goes for about a 3-yard gain on the play. That'll bring up a 3rd and 7 with 6 minutes and 59 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Your Tigers lead 21-0.
Yeah, so we got to toughen up right here. Third and about 8, 3rd and 7. We got to tighten up, man. We got to make sure that we contain that middle. We cannot allow that quarterback to run up the middle on us.
Yeah, the quarterback keeps it on the read.
Grant's in the backfield, and he has Bushna here in motion. There, that guy's very fast on the jet sweep there. That's 5'5", and lots of speed, but Palmetto Tigers there, and that's Charles Miller.
Yeah, also Braden Waiters.
Braden
Waiters made that, just holding him up so he to allow the help to fill in. Watch the replay here. Right there was enough, and then
that's impressive.
Then the help comes.
That's impressive. I saw the numbers out there, and I was thinking that has to be a DN, Charles Miller, out there, and that was from the Mike linebacker position in the middle of the field all the way to the boundary.
Yes.
So that's your Palmetto Tigers leading tackler, and that's why that shows you why he has the big numbers. Scribner back to punt. Wester back there to field this one. Tigers with 9 across the line. Oh, nearly blocked there. And that's going to be Jonte Wester. Watch out. Heads for the sideline initially, back to the middle, and takes a nice hit there. I think that's that long snapper that came down there and covered the kick. Yeah. Really good play.
Yeah, nice punt. I hope this boy Scribner out kicks his coverage, and that's all Jonte needs. It's just a little bit of wiggle room, but great coverage there by the long snapper, who they usually run down the field untouched.
And nearly blocked. Palmetto brought everybody that time. Nearly a blocked kick, but here 5 minutes and 22 seconds remain on the clock. Your Palmetto Tigers with a 21-0 lead, looking to extend that out. And, tonight that Palmetto offense, guys, looks fantastic.
Looks like the one we've seen several times over the year, putting up 40, 50 points a game. It looks like they're on pace for that.
Yeah, I think the important thing here is just stay status quo. Don't change a thing, and we got to just continue to rack up the points here, because you know what Charlotte's capable of. I don't care who they have in the game at quarterback or at tailback. They are a very well-coached, disciplined team.
They are in 6A in this region of the state what we have at Venice in 7A. They have year in and year out, they're a contender. Last year they didn't, because some fellow Palmetto school knocked them out, but they are.
Well, last year they just were lacking a little bit with some players. They didn't have what they needed. That JV team from last year was dynamic as well.
Oh, yeah, yes.
Anthony Marino in the shotgun. Butler is going to creep back there into the backfield. They hand it off to him. He's got the edge and goes for a nice gain on the play. Gain of about 6 yards.
Looks like Braden River has regained the lead. We want Braden River to finish strong and knock St. Pete off, and Palmetto continue to take care of business here tonight.
So 5 minutes and 1 second on the clock. No hurry here for Anthony Marino. 2 receivers, Johnny Jones, Corian Brown in the backfield. Marino looks, runs to the edge, and very wisely picks up the first down.
He's not going to force anything, Rick.
I can't tell if he's got it. He's right at it. It looks like it may be.
Looks like he got it.
I think he did get it. Good job by the referee. Yeah, and he shouldn't. He shouldn't force anything. If it's not there, just tuck it and run. Let's pick up a few yards. He picks up a big first down for us. It was 2nd and 6.
I think he's had 20 TD passes, maybe 5 interceptions. That's a great ratio for a quarterback.
Heads-up play. Gets out of bounds, gets the first down. Just another heads-up play by Anthony Marino. Now he throws the long wheel route intended for Corian Brown out there.
Yeah, and Corian's got to be careful on that. You cannot let up, and just because it's over your head, you got a corner there that had an opportunity to get a hand on it. And you got to become a defender in those cases. You can't be thinking or hoping it goes over his head. Well, that's a That's a big corner.
That is a big. That's the guy that had the pass interference that I was thinking the same thing. That is a big guy out there covering our talented wide out.
And you never know. Right on him. He almost tipped that ball up in the air. Reminds me of the Georgia-Auburn play a couple years ago when Georgia, basically handed the receiver stayed with the play, and Corian, you just got to stay with the play. But now you have Butler in motion, and he swings it out there, and that's Corian Brown. There's that speed. He's got the edge and more, and he's got the first down.
He's close, yes.
He's got it.
Yes.
I tell you what, Corian Brown, he turned the Jets on there. It's clear.
Well, Corian really has just come out of nowhere this year. He runs track. He doesn't get all of the spring training and all the workouts that the other players get, but he has been just a critical part of this offense this year.
He's a nice change of pace to Johnny Jones when he needs a breather.
He has fumble recoveries. He has tackles on
yes,
kickoffs.
You're right. You're right. Good point, Brian.
He does everything. Now looking for the edge out there is Brown, showing that speed again. He's at the 40 and takes a knee to the head of 31, but he's good. First down, Corian Brown.
He hops up and just says first down.
Yeah, he has fumble recoveries. He has tackles. Corian Brown has turned from a track guy to a real football player.
Yeah, let's continue to give love to the offensive line. They're downfield blocking,
they are
on
just tonight.
They're on fire.
Hey guys, I've seen Johnny Jones on the sideline with an ice pack on his neck after that big hit down the other end zone. So maybe seeing more Corian Brown after that.
Okay, very good. Thank you, Tom. Marino looks. He's got Wester out there wide, and what a catch. He's out of bounds.
He made that look so easy.
That was a stupid catch.
Well, Jonte he just has remarkable hands. His eye-hand coordination.
Watch this on the replay here.
He's never out of the play.
Watch this.
Look at this. That guy is all over him, and I'm going to catch it anyway.
If you throw your hands up early, the defender's able to lift his hands up, so he kind of nonchalanted him, waited for the last moment. That's like the pros do.
That's right.
The ball was only about 2 feet away from him when he finally put the hands out there. That looked like a pro receiver out there. Smooth. Jonte Wester. 3 receivers wide. He throws it out to Kobe Mays. Needs to get a block. Cuts it up. Still going. Spinning.
Got a face mask on that play.
We had to have a face mask. Got to have one there.
He was way all up in his face mask.
Good call, Tom. Let me see that hand motion again. Excellent.
All up in his face mask right there. Getting his eyes.
Here's the replay.
Right there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Great job by camera guys.
Yeah, I was a little concerned with Kobe keeping that alive, on the boundary over there.
There wasn't much room.
Probably 7 or 8, 9 guys headed toward him over there, and that's kind of the play when you get stood up and sometimes you take a big hit. He's a hard tackle. Kobe Mays.
You know what? He's just long, lanky, strong. You think that you can bring him down easily, and then he just walks all over you. He's just so strong.
And now Marino looks. 3 receivers out there, wide left. Nice route over here. He's held. Kobe Mays makes a great one-hand catch. That was a crazy catch.
Oh,
wow.
My goodness.
Catch. That's Kobe Mays. He was just out of bounds. But let me tell you something. That was pass interference.
That's pass interference, clearly.
Let's watch this again on our replay.
Watch this catch. He may have stuck that it shouldn't have been this close. Check this out.
Check this out. Oh.
Whoa.
It's like the guy in the New York Giants.
Little Beckham there, little Odell.
He had the one-handed last week, too.
Yes,
one-handed
he did.
last week.
Good point, Tom.
Eric Arfon's good work on that camera shot there. Now
that's Hickson.
Sagel goes for about a 3-4 yard gain. Sagel Hickson. You talking about football players? This young man, sophomore, here's another one. He made a one-hand catch down at the half-yard line in one of those games.
Right.
About a ball that was thrown 30 yards down the field. Sagel Hickson is another football player, only a sophomore.
Big third down.
We moved.
Yeah, we moved over there, and that was Curtis Thomas coming out of his break early. But you know what, guys? From this spot in the field, it's 3rd and short. if you're going to throw the ball, it gives you a little bit something to work. So one thing, you know.
And that's a good point, Brian. Yeah, you're playing on a short field, so this gives throwing. It's going to gives the receivers and the quarterback a little more room.
Gives them time to run that route and get and break free, and so hopefully it'll work to our advantage here.
Yeah, it works out in football. In Canadian football, they've got an end zone that's like twice as long.
It's 25 yards,
so it doesn't affect you like it does. But now, lots of options out here open for the Tigers. Middle screen would work too. Now we have a stoppage of play. Delay a game on the Tigers. That's going to back us up another 5 yards. So it's going to bring up a third and about 13.
Yeah, I don't really want that much room.
That's enough.
Five was enough. This is pushing a little bit.
Okay. I'll have a question for you after this play, Ken. And 2 minutes and 26 seconds on the clock. Palmetto Tigers leading 21-0, third and a long. Marino looks, wheel route down there to Wester. Great catch, and he's out of bounds. Look at that catch. So, from this point, we're bringing out the field goal unit with the Gonzalez. Now, this will be interesting. It's a long field goal for Gonzalez here. Palmetto Tigers lead this one 21-0.
It's like about ball's on the 18, 35 yards.
That's correct.
Yep.
That's the way I do it. And Kenny will look where the guy's holding the ball at the 25 and just add 10.
Whatever it takes to get to the right result, right?
I'm really not adding 17.
Okay, let's put this through.
20 minus 3. Now, Braden Nickel with a good snap. Gonzalez has the kick up. It's high enough, and it is good.
Very nice.
Nice job. Not a touchdown, but a field goal is good, especially when you're up by 24.
Kenny, I was going to ask you when we were talking about the red zone down there and having more space to work with. Let's say, the field's 53 1/3 wide. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, now you have an extra 15 yards. Let's say you're at the 25 yard. So how many square foot do you have to work with there, Ken?
Is that Common Core math?
I have to get my phone and ask Google, and it's Common Core math or whatever.
He's sandbagging you. I know he knows the answer.
I don't have those brain cells anymore.
I can tell you it's a lot. All right, and speaking of a lot, Palmetto Tigers are ahead on this one, 24-0, 2 minutes and 13 seconds remaining.
And Braden River just went up 35-24. So everything's happening like we want it to. We just got to keep the pedal on the metal here.
Let me say this, guys. This has nothing to do with the football game. But this PA system that they have here at this field reminds me of the pro PA announcers in the system that you hear at Raymond James Stadium. And listen, that's nothing like ours, I can tell you that.
They don't have Brian Bussell, though.
They don't have him.
Yeah, we could use the PA system, but we got Brian Bussell.
And here's Rafael Gonzalez, very high kick, fielded at the 5-yard line, looking for Green, middle, and got to cover that edge. Come on, Rafael, get there. Can't. And look at Sajel Hickson. Sajel Hickson slows him down, and he goes for the touchdown. What a great return by the returner there, and I believe that's number 5 there. And here in the dark, that is going to be, we're going to have to figure that one out. It's McLaughlin, Cade McLaughlin, but we'll see if I can pick this up on the replay.
Well, that's going to be the worst job that we have done all year on kickoff coverage. We gave that edge up. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, we gave up the touchdown, but you saw them to the very end.
No, they never stopped.
They did not. They were doing everything they could to chase that boy down. He had the angle and moving very fast.
And I think it was Sajel Hickson over. It had to be Sajel Hickson or Corian Brown. They fake it, and they're going to run to the right, and that's an easy score. So there's the old swinging gate. And that now your Tigers lead this one 24-8. Minute and 56 seconds left in the clock.
Well, I mean, that's what I was talking about. We can't sit back here on our heels. This team, they can score. They can score quickly. We know how talented they are, and we've got to be ready for anything they throw at us, and we were not ready for that 2-point.
Pick up, yeah, he just took it up the middle and saw a seam on the outside and off to the races. Oh, yeah, great. They almost got him. Almost. Look at him. Look at this effort here. Just.
So Sagel Hickson showed great speed, outran the angle, and then very close to bumping him out of bounds, but great return there. So, you know, closing the gap here, there's still a ball game. 24-8 with Palmetto Tigers lead.
2 minutes.
I do want to say, I think that cannon violates the noise ordinance here in Charlotte County. I'm pretty sure.
Maybe somebody can call the sheriff. Here, maybe.
Now
report
there's
them.
Driving
we're in Punta Gorda.
Wester's got it at the 2-yard line. Cuts middle of the field.
Oh,
boy, he's at the 40, the 50, the 40.
That boy's not
the 30, no sir. The 25,
no.
10.
I don't see a flag.
Touchdown.
I don't see
no
a flag.
flag.
I don't see a flag.
Jonte Wester.
That's how you answer a kickoff return with we just yourself.
And Jonte.
Watch this on the replay.
He's due. He was due one without a flag.
He's so gifted.
There was no way.
Watch this.
This kicker was going to get him here.
Whoop.
Right there, there's no way.
And there's the guy that returned the last kick, thinking
That's
I can catch him. No, you can't. Jonte Wester, when you see his hands running behind his pockets like that, and he's what they call a two-stepper. Every 5 yards is just 2 steps.
2 steps.
It's incredible, the speed of Jonte Wester. Wow. 30-8, your Tigers. Gonzalez with a kick. It's good. Perfect snap again by Braden Nickel. Great spot by Marino.
So in the whole last 20 seconds, we basically spotted them 1 point. So I can live with that.
Yeah.
Nice run back. Way to come back and answer.
You know, we've talked about this before, but Jonte has been the victim of so many penalties on kickoff returns and punt returns for TD that it's almost been like a curse.
Hey, Brian, since Kenny let you down, I went ahead and calculated this for you. So I just did this.
Way to go, Tom
I did this kickoff return instead of the touchdown earlier.
Okay.
So he caught the ball, about the 20-yard line, 10-yard line?
2-yard line.
You tell us.
Roughly 38,400 square feet, 4,266 square yards, 3,567 square meters, and looks like 8/10 of an acre. He just covered in that kickoff return.
Oh, my goodness.
Thank you for the internet, buddy.
Very nice.
Thank
Tom.
you. Very
You need
nice.
to hire that boy. He's a good one.
Look at his calves. He got some big old calves, don't he?
Stay off those toes. He's going to cramp up down there.
I almost did. I'm not going to lie.
Yes.
That left one kind of got me.
Where's the trainer?
Get
the trainer.
A minute 41 here. Thank you for that Rico sideline delivery. Rico's now with a location on 8. And now they get it to the 20. Waiting, tries to pop it again, and he is at the 25-yard line.
Well, that time you saw a conscious effort to contain the edges and to push him back to the middle. So they learn from their mistake.
And he basically, I think I'll just follow that same plan I did last time, and not this time. They again, you had it well prepared, kept him inside.
And there, in the coverage unit there, the long snapper, he also is a pretty good linebacker, is Braden Nickel. Again, we talked about him as a great-looking long snapper. And Braden's, he's a junior, is that right?
He is.
And, he's one of those, he's 6'3", 205. He's one of those typical
long-bodied.
Yep.
Like all these juniors, these guys they got similar, frames. Their body makeup is the same. They're very muscular, but they're going to put on a lot more muscle here over the summer. They're going to come back bigger and stronger and nastier. And I like Braden because he's just a competitor. these juniors are just so hungry all the time. They just want to be in the game, just want to have an opportunity to help their team. And whenever they've been in there, they've made things happen. And we talk about offensively and defensively and special teams.
Yeah, and then one great thing, the coverage unit. Now we've got a pause here in the action as a Charlotte player is injured on the far sideline over there about the 23-yard line. I'm not sure what happened there on that, but we have a little pause here. Reminds me of last year with Alex Muse. Well, he's up
He's
now.
getting up, though.
So
Yeah,
there we go.
Last year that was scary. That young man, that quarterback, on that targeting play that you were talking about earlier, Brian. I mean, he was on the sideline for a long time. We had to call in EMS to transport him. Luckily, he was okay. He was able to recover, but that's what set the coach off, and justifiably so. I mean, he was sticking up for his quarterback, and so luckily, this young man was able to get up on his own power and make it to the sideline.
And Ken, I heard that he was hurt last week, Alex Muse, but he
playing with his shoulder, a bad shoulder. Yes,
came in and won the game, rallied the team.
Had to get permission from Dad to play in the second half, and brought him back and beat their rival North.
That's going to be
Charles
a sack.
Miller with a sack. And great.
Okay, let me give you a little bit of here's some trivia for you. Who was the quarterback that came in last year to relieve the starting quarterback?
I got it.
Give it to me.
Anthony Squiteria, the Manatee quarterback. Now, here's some more trivia for you.
That's right.
The success formula to beat the Palmetto Tigers this year. How do you do it?
You run for 200 yards.
You run for 200 yards, and what else do you have?
And you get a transfer from another school to run your offense.
All right.
Be the quarterback?
Correct.
Or tailback.
And the tailback would be.
That's correct.
That's a bonus. That's the bonus points.
Right.
You get the bonus points. Right?
This will be the first transfer, that I've been aware of this year on the schedule. It's been the terrible transfers. Braden River, quarterback, Gag, and
from Sarasota.
And then you had here tonight.
He's not playing.
If Muse was playing
Port
tonight,
Charlotte.
He's a Port Charlotte transfer. So it's transfer after transfer. Well, Muse didn't play tonight.
Venice,
so
the Venice quarterback
transfer from Lemon Bay. So the secret,
his brother, the receiver,
Weston Wolf.
Yes.
Wow,
they were dynamic.
Hayden and Weston Wolf, 6'5", 235 as a quarterback with a nice 6'5" sophomore brother out there at 195 pounds. So there's the secret. But here in Palmetto, it's one team, one town, baby. Stay and play. Now coming out of this in the spread T formation, and good play by John Bembry blowing that one out. And he does work his way to the sideline, but that'll bring up a 3rd and long.
But he keeps them out of the middle, doesn't pick up anything. We've got the edge contained, and we push them out of bounds. So that's what you do.
And to stop the clock here, we could get the ball back here with a 3 and out.
And a minute and 12 on
we
the
probably
clock.
Timeouts.
We're
probably sitting pretty good with them. We have 3 on according to TigerVision.
Yeah, I'm sure you would do it with a stop here. You'd call a timeout, and you can trot Jonte Wester out there. And
we got 3rd and 18. Did we miss something?
Well, we stopped them on the.
That's on the sack.
On the sack.
Yeah,
sack.
I guess I missed something.
And here's the long look. There's Miller closing.
Nice. Nobody
Great
there.
Route. And there's a hit.
That's a late hit.
After he went out of bounds.
That's another mental error right there.
Big one. That's a big one because the ball is spotted at the 40, so that's going to move down to the 45. So they're going to have it on the Palmetto side of the field. So they've gone across the 50. It'll be spotted at the 45 as they sort this one out. That's my guess.
Yeah, that's
yes,
Ellison.
I think you're right.
Ellison
Brian.
Bradley comes up. He's not aware of where the sideline is, and he makes that late hit. Puts the Tarpons in great field position with 1:05 left in the first half.
And what we do not want them to do is to score here to end the half and then get the ball to kick off for a two-score swing.
Plenty of time, 20 seconds on the play clock, 1:05 on the clock. Bushnell looks, he throws the long wheel route out there, and it's going to be incomplete pass.
Great job.
Crawford defends over there.
Well, Crawford got turned around, but luckily he was able to get back in position and put a little pressure on the receiver because that was almost a great catch by him.
Yeah, just kind of got in there and got in front of his field of vision. Check this one out on the
Nice
North
throw.
Mentee Realty replay.
Yeah, just at the last second, he got there and big play.
Not a lot of time off the clock. Still have 58 seconds, 2nd and 10. That quarterback has been pretty impressive with his arm.
And he's a big
throwing
kid
the ball
too.
good.
He's 6'3", about what, $195.
$195. Yeah.
Just a junior. We'll be probably contending with him next year.
58 unguarded. We've got number 24 out there in the slot.
Waving, just letting his quarterback know he's not covered up.
Yeah.
That's going to have to be Brandon Wader's
Gonna have to
responsibility.
fix that. They look toward it. Throwing in there late. Waiters is out there late. And there it was. And that one was
Oh, my
clear.
goodness.
And Crawford's going to have to catch him. Big hit, and he's down at the 5-yard
Wow.
line. And that was just an uncovered receiver out there from the get-go.
But, you know, we didn't pick it up, and he was standing there waving his arms. We still
He's
didn't
waving
pick it
his
up
arms,
here.
and it wasn't even the best throw. He had to go up and get it.
Yeah,
and
Brandon
then
overruns him. But there's 5 missed tackles.
5 missed tackles. Yeah, I was counting them. You count faster than me, Rick.
I'm guessing. There's a lot.
No, I think you're right. Yeah, they're knocking at the door here.
Ball's at the 9-yard line now.
Plenty of time. They got their timeouts.
Yeah, 43 seconds, 44 seconds here, 43.9. So they've got lots of time on the clock. And so Palmetto Tigers, you know, that was a critical defensive lapse right there.
Well, if you think about, you know, we gave them all that penalty yardage. You know, we give a long pass up, we give them the penalty yards on top of it, then we just, you know, miss tackle after tackle here. We had them 3 and out, and we were even talking about getting the
we
ball
would
back.
have another getting the punt return and with plenty of time to score with the timeouts, and 20 seconds later they're in the red zone.
And you got to remember with this team here, in the last 25 years they've been to the playoffs. Is it 22 times? Ken?
Amazing, yeah. Binky Waldrop's done a wonderful job with them. Very well respected. They're a great team year in and year out, and they are the top seed in 6A. They could possibly play the next 3 games in the playoffs right here at the Fishbowl.
So this is never a patsy game. You know, 2 years ago, the running back that they have here is the starter of Arkansas. It's not like they don't have talent down here. So running the ball toward the center of the line, he's going to be about a half-yard short. The clock continues to burn, so 32 seconds on the clock, and it still is winding down. Now they've put that big offense. There's the 320-pound guy that's been on the sideline. He's in there now, lining up there at left guard. See if they follow him into the end zone. There it is, and it's a keep by the quarterback
Touchdown.
and a touchdown. I tell you what, that cannon is so loud that my socks are creeping up on me. I don't know what to say there. That thing is scary.
Well, this is what I'm thinking. We need to get this kickoff back in Jonte's hand, and let's run another one back before the end of the half.
I agree with you, Rick. The problem is they probably will not kick it to them.
That was not a good defensive series for the Tigers at all. That was, like they had lost focus that entire series. I don't know
you're
what happened
exactly
to them.
right, and they're going to get the ball to start the second half here. And
so we had a late hit, and then we had blown coverage and some missed tackles. And so the score here, the Tigers had a chance to put this one away, but the game is 31-14 now.
17 down. I don't know what the chart says to do, kick the point or go for 2.
I think until the fourth quarter, you probably kick the point.
It's probably, yeah, because that gets it down to 2 8-point touchdowns.
Like we talked about earlier, I mean, we cannot take our foot off the gas offensively, and we just got to continue to score. I mean, we don't want to get into a close game here in the fourth quarter. And
Braden River's still up 35-24 at halftime. So everything we need to have had happen is right on target here. We're just going to have to finish in the second half. And
so
they're lining up for
a 2-point.
Lining up for the 2-point conversion.
I don't have that chart in front of me, but
17 points, I would.
17. It's early.
Yeah,
He would just make it a two scores.
So Palmetto Tigers, and they're loading up with the single wing look to the right. Rolls, look in the back of the end zone, throws it back across the body.
He caught
Catches
that.
made.
He caught that ball.
Very low throw, great catch.
I thought we got some fingers on it and actually tipped it, but doesn't matter. They made the conversion, and great catch by that receiver back of the end zone.
Taking his time, looking over the field, and
great
saw
catch.
his receiver, and they made the play.
So now the Tarpons trail in this one. It says 31-16. 12 minutes and 2 seconds. Here's the deal. If Jonte West gets the ball at the goal line, he's got time to get to the other goal line and leave change if he runs on a straight line. He has that kind of speed.
They're playing way up, except they're up to the 25-yard line.
Yeah, they came out in that formation that sometimes teams will use for the onside kick.
But they're clearly expecting a pooch kick.
Yeah, you'd want to pooch this one down and then recover it and have a chance to throw one in the end zone as the half expires. It is a high pooch kick, and that's a good one. And it goes out of bounds.
That's good for us. So
we got a shot here.
We've got a shot for at least,
2 plays.
2 plays here.
Maybe 3.
If we can get one of our talented receivers open, we can score before the end of the first half here with 12.2 seconds.
We have all of our timeouts, and probably need to get to the 25 to have a decent shot at a field goal.
Yeah, here we're being joined, athletic director Kenny Ansbro and Carl Ackerman up here, the principal. And they're fine gentlemen. They're in bad company with Bill Brett, the president of the Booster Club, talking things over here. With 12 minutes and 2 seconds left, your Palmetto Tigers have the ball at the 40-yard line. Looks like they're going to play this one safe, take a victory formation, kneel down here. Corian Brown is back there about 11 yards deep. So Marino takes it, kneels. That's going to be the end of the half here. Your Palmetto Tigers leading 31-16.
Yeah, much better half. The kids came out here ready to play, knowing what they need to play for, and especially after a tough second half last week against Venice, Rick.
Yeah, but now we've got to come back out here again for the second half with that same intensity. And offensively, we got to continue to put points on the board. We're only 2 touchdowns with 2-point conversions from being behind in this game.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
That's right. It's not over.
No, so it's not like we have an enormous lead here. We've got to come out here and play some serious ball in the second half.
Tom, have you got your ears on down there, sir?
Sure do.
All right, I see some celebrities here, and maybe during the Richardson Stinton Roofing halftime show, I think because of the inclement weather, we were unable to have the bands here on the field tonight, and maybe we can have President Bill Britt, president of the Boosters Club, and see if we can grab Ken Ansbro and also Carl Ackerman. And Tom, maybe you can work your way back up here. Are you up for that?
Sure, why not?
All right. I want to see how you can do with your ad-lib skills.
My ad-lib skills are legendary.
Yeah, just, don't bring your calculator.
It's not going to make sense, but I can talk. I mean, that's not a problem for me. If I can talk after I climb these steep stairs, that'll be another story. Hey, Tiger fans, back here for the Richardson-Stinton halftime show. Great first half of football. Bill, obviously 31-16 statistically, and I think momentum-wise, Palmetto dominated the first half. Obviously, great teams find a way to get back in the game, and that's what Charlotte's done. Those two scores, two two-point conversions, it's obviously we allowed some of that momentum to slip back the other way.
Yeah, that's true, Tom. I do want to say that I was very impressed with the way that the Tigers started tonight. We've been relatively slow starting over the season, but I saw the guys had a lot of fire in them, and they came out really executing well, aside from a few penalties, and did a good job of grabbing the lead. Charlotte is a very talented team, so no surprise that they're going to put some points on the board, but overall, a good outing for the Tigers so far.
The only thing more entertaining than the action in the first half is watching Brian and Ricky and Kenny try to get down these slippery steps. Their advanced age and, lack of mobility at this point. But no, it was a great first half. Guys, we're here with Principal Ackerman. Mr. Ackerman, talk about the Tigers this season. This has obviously been the last game. The adversity that this team has been faced with, and how you think the team has performed overall this year.
We've had a great season. We're all very proud of the team and what they've done. We've played through some injuries that we've had, and closing out the season down here in Charlotte is, of course, exciting as we're waiting to see how the playoff picture forms up. So we're waiting to see the results of the Braden River St. Pete game, and we'll kind of know from there where we go. But we're always proud of our team and the efforts that's put forth by the coaches and players.
How about this campus? And that's the only way to describe this thing out here. When I pulled up, I was just shocked at the massive size of this place. It's a beautiful school, beautiful campus. There's buildings stretched out all over this. It's got to be, 80 acres of property here. What do you think about the layout? How beautiful is this place?
It's a super nice campus. And, of course, the school was destroyed when Charlie came through back in '04. And, out of that tragedy comes, something like this, and I know that the Tarpons are very proud of what they have here, as they should be. It is a beautiful campus, no doubt about it.
That explains a lot. I wasn't aware of that. And there's only, from what I'm told, only 2 public high schools in Charlotte County. How many do we have?
We have 6 traditional high schools, about to be 7 with the North River campus.
Okay. We're also here with Kenny Ansbro. He's checking his phone for updates on the Venice game, I'm sure. Kenny, talk about the first half of the game and the fight you saw with the Tigers.
Oh, it seems like it's been a whole game already. That
second half, second quarter didn't get over.
Absolutely, a lot of fireworks too. You think after the storms and the rain that come through, you see more of a traditional battle there. But man, this is it's a lot of action so far, and I'm not coaching football anymore right now, but I know one thing. I wouldn't kick the ball to Wester anytime, anywhere. So, but he's a Tiger, so I'm going to keep hoping they do kick to him again.
I don't want to put too much pressure on that kid, but the double move he put there on the kicker and the other guy at the end there kind of reminded me of Peter Warwick a little bit back in the mid-'90s there. That was kind of cool to see. Coach Marino, you guys obviously being his chain of command, you're his direct supervisor, and talk about the job that Coach Marino has done developing the program here at Palmetto. He's what's this, his 7th, 8th year, something like that as the head coach?
Correct. It's amazing to see the work that is put in by Coach Marino and his staff. I mean, the key to his style is he develops an entire football team, as opposed to having a huge superstar here and there that you can really rely on heavily. He knows the game as far as developing players and a team from top to bottom, and I think that's the one thing that keeps him consistently in the winning charts, and he works hard, and that it shows. It shows he's a perfectionist. He loves kids, and we're proud of the job that he's done. He's a great coach.
He's done an outstanding job. Mr. Ackerman, obviously we're here talking about football, but what else is going on at Palmetto High right now that we can talk about with the Tiger fans?
The F1 team was actually just involved with Mr. Kinzior in the World Finals over in Singapore, and they got back about 3 weeks ago, and recently were honored by the school board because they placed 3rd overall in the world. So that was
really?
Quite an accomplishment for them. We are getting ready to enter the choice season in January. So we have our ACE open house coming up December 5th. So we have some invitations going out to prospective incoming freshmen for that. So those will be going out in the mail next week. So those are some of the things that we have coming up. Of course, we've got the holidays upon us, so it's going to be a busy time for everybody as we finish out the semester and get that first half of the year under our belts already.
We've talked many times about the ACE program and how important that is to Palmetto High School and being the only school in the county that has it. How about that Cambridge program over at Buffalo Creek? How's that going to help you guys fill these spots with ACE?
Well, anytime that you can have a feeder system to anything, talking about athletics or academics, it pays dividends. And we have a real good working relationship with Buffalo Creek, and I'm sure that's going to pay dividends for our program as those kids become a part of the Cambridge program and move over to our campus once they complete their middle school years. So that's going to definitely be a benefit to us. So that's a real positive.
That's great. Kenny, obviously football wrapping up here, hopefully make the playoffs and stretch it into 3 or 4 more games to take it all home. But what other sports are gearing up and getting going right now?
Oh, we have overlaps right now with girls, and of course boys basketball has begun. Also girls and boys soccer as well, and wrestling, and we also have girls weightlifting. So there's a lot of kids involved in things right now after school, and they're going to need support as well through the winter sports. It's a good thing to come out and watch these kids. It's we have a couple new coaches out there. I know you all have had a couple of the coaches on as well during the year so far. So it's a exciting time too to see the winter sports come in, and I'm hoping the weather cools off a little bit to join the season as well.
Absolutely. So I was just going to say it's good to see the winter sports come in, but it's great to see a little fall come in finally. Temperatures dipping way down into the 60s tomorrow morning. My wife said the high is going to be like 75, 76. So after the last month we've had of overwhelming heat, it's pretty awesome to finally get some of that. I'm growing some poinsettias, and we finally got some turning red, which I was worried about that, but we finally got them working. Hey, Bill, as far as the boosters go, what do you guys got going on right now?
Well, we've got quite a bit of activities planned for the remainder of not only the semester, for the school year, as we progress through football season, and it has been a fantastic year so far for the boosters. We have a record number of membership. We've got a lot of presence at the stadium, at the school, a lot of traction with some of the things and projects that we're working on, raising money for the various programs. Going into the springtime, we will have the annual golf tournament, fishing tournament. All you can find information at PalmettoTigers.com. We're also in the beginning stages of developing a Hall of Fame dinner. We haven't set the date on that yet, but we're working on that, and we'll be making an announcement soon.
Is there a Sideline Reporter Hall of Fame? Just wondering.
Yeah. There's only one guy that gets nominated.
That's
so
every
hopefully
year.
You'll get voted
Never
in,
gets
Tom.
in. He just gets nominated every single year.
You're right on the cusp. But, there's a lot of exciting things going on for boosters, and I remind everyone that your dollars do count to the school for the young people in the programs that represent Palmetto, the city, and Palmetto, the high school. So we urge everybody, please join our club and contribute to their success. You can pay $5 a month, and your money counts for helping develop these young people.
All of them. All sports.
And not just football. We support all the programs at
Absolutely.
the school. We also have scholarship programs that we raise money for. There's a lot of things that we're involved in, and we will do anything that we can to help any program or organization at the school if they ask us. But we in turn ask our fans, our season ticket holders, our residents. You do not have to be a Palmetto graduate. You do not have to come to games. All you have to do is go to PalmettoTigers.com, join for $5 a month or $50 a year, and that money we'll go back to those teams, and you will be recognized and you will be appreciated. So please do give what you're able to give. It does impact young people in our community.
Bill, that's a good point, and those are excellent items to cover too. A lot of people don't realize especially with the media today, you see so many negative things on TV anymore and on the internet and what have you. I'm here to tell you that there's some wonderful, wonderful kids out there, and those kids are our future. And if we all spend money on some, I know I'm speaking for myself. I spend money sometimes on really some stupid things. I guess some people would probably say, and myself, I agree. But it's that money goes to the kids, and it's our community, and it's our future. And these kids are doing tremendous things today, and we appreciate you all and all the things you all are doing for the kids as well, for our community.
Unfortunately, only the kids that are doing things the wrong way get the attention. So it's great to bring those other kids up, the things that they're doing. And we've got a ton of them at Palmetto that are doing a great job.
Hey, I do want to give a quick recognition to TigerVision. People who are enjoying the telecast that we do during the course of the year probably don't realize that that's funded by the boosters. And we're happy to do it. But, we want to bring the best that we can offer to the people and fans of Palmetto High School. And so we're really proud of the fact that it's the #1 rated webcast in the world. That's amazing.
Seen in many countries, including Vietnam. How about that?
Yes, and many states, including Vietnam. And to all our fans in China that are watching right now, I think we're going to have a good second half. Yeah. So please send $5 a month.
5 yen a month.
If we could get all the fans in China to join Booster Club,
I pay 5 yen a month.
Solved, right?
There you go.
I did hear a rumor you were being shown in North Korea as well, and I don't know if that's true or not.
Possible.
I hear lots of rumors, but I know I got a shout out from U.S. Army Captain Josh Mitchell, who's a West Point grad. I connect with him all the time as well, and he's in Louisville, Kentucky, and he's always giving you guys kudos, man. That's awesome hearing, former Palmetto football player as well, and we're proud of Josh and the things that he's doing for our country and representing Palmetto as well.
Absolutely.
We've got a lot of young men in that position. Your son is in the Air Force, right? Tell us a little bit about him.
Correct. He's knock on wood. May is he'll commission in May, and he was selected to go to flight school by the U.S. Air Force. I'm not quite sure how that happened, but he has something that they're interested in, and I tease him all the time. No, I'm very, very proud of that. I know what he's done all his life. He's worked hard for this, and I know Jordan Vonador and him share some experience with some of the same schools that they've gone to with the Air Force, and we're extremely proud. His mom's not real crazy about him climbing in those jets, but if that's what he wants to do, you have to support the guys. So,
before we wind down the halftime show here, guys, just want to mention again the Conley Invitational. That's going to be February 1st and 2nd at the Manatee County Fairgrounds. It's a world-class bull riding event. Benefits 4-H of all the schools in Manatee County, including Palmetto High School, which is a great thing. Put on by Conley Buick GMC, great sponsors of TigerVision and of our community as a whole. TigerVision crew will be running the in-house jumbotrons and the replay. And as we said in last week's game, Tiger fans, if you use the word Tiger at checkout, you receive an additional 10% off the cost of general admission. So that's ConleyInvitational.com if you want to get your tickets. And I'm sure you can swing by Conley and pick them up there as well. As we wrap up this halftime show here, got about a minute left. We're going to kick it back over to Brian and Ricky and Kenny.
Welcome back, Palmetto Tiger fans. You're watching TigerVision as presented by Conley Buick GMC. I want to take this opportunity to thank some of our sponsors tonight. Conley Buick GMC, where we treat you like family, proudly serving Manatee County since 1966. Garrett Richard, Workers' Compensation and Payroll Solutions, Construction, Agriculture, and High-Risk Companies. Clicking Spree, where we put your business on a clicking spree. DeVito's Auto Repair. For quality auto repair, visit DeVito's Auto, serving satisfied customers since 1978. Keaton's Office and Art Supply. Real, fast service, serving the business needs of the community since 1951. North Manatee Realty, serving Palmetto, Ellington Parish, and Manatee County. Richardson Stinton Roofing, locally owned and highly experienced. Richardson Stinton Roofing. Rico's Pizzeria and Pasta House. Rico's now with a Palmetto location on 8th Avenue. Boyd Insurance and Investment Services, winner of the People's Choice for the best insurance agency in Manatee County for 8 years in a row. Remedy Employer Services, our favorite local PEO, providing payroll services, benefits, and so much more. Superior Asphalt, superior quality, superior service, superior asphalt. Ugardi Architecture and Associates, architecture, planning, interiors. Ugardi Architecture and Associates. Kiwanis Club of North Manatee, proudly serving Palmetto, Ellington, and Parish. Spartan Air Services, serving Palmetto, Ellington, Parish, and the Manatee County area. Hungry Howies of Palmetto. Come join us to watch the Tigers. Great food and always a great time at Hungry Howies. Wing House of Ellington, proud sponsor of Palmetto High Sports. Bring your friends and join us for some great wings. Wing House of Ellington. Asa Power, located in Palmetto. We are an electrical contractor with over 25 years of experience. Florida Patio Furniture, Inc., resort-style pool and patio furniture, designing furniture for your business, home, and garden. Well, Ken and Rick, tonight with a playoff atmosphere here for your Palmetto Tigers, dominating early on in the game. In that last defensive series or so, kind of took the foot off the gas, but really very important win here for the Tigers. And talking about the playoffs, Ken, I'll let you pick it up from here. What do you see, and you always know these things, what do you see the chances of Palmetto continuing to play on, win or loss tonight? How does the future look for us?
Thank you, Brian. Welcome back, everybody. With the Bloomingdale game getting out of hand, it looks for sure St. Pete or Palmetto will be heading to Venice for sure next week. What I'm most concerned about is the Braden River 35 St. Pete score, 35-31. If we both win this game, then it's going to get complicated. We're going to have to watch this Northport game, and then there's 2 games in Pinellas County that if the right team wins, that Eastlake and the other team, both teams could end up in a total point tie with 401. So we got to see how it's going to play out.
Thanks, Ken, and get a kick out. A great service from DeVito's Auto in Ellington. Receiver runs, breaks a tackle or two, and then he's going to be tackled there by Tyler Wells on the backside of the play.
So, guys, the big thing here is that we have to continue to be loose offensively and not try to get too tight here. We've got to score 31-16. This is not a big lead. It's not a huge lead at all against this team. So defensively, though, we've got to come out here and we've got to keep them out of the end zone, because that last series against Charlotte was not pretty.
No, got to stop them here to set the tone.
Coming out of the halftime break, one of the things you see is Matthews, normally a left tackle, is on the defensive line now. And quarterback John Busha looks for his receiver, throws it out there wide open. Good route out there, defended by Crawford. But that's number 24, Jeremiah Harvey.
So something I'm picking up here, John Wester is not in the game. Crawford has been in there the entire second quarter. I don't know if he's injured or what the issue is with John Wester. Also, we do see that Johnny Jones is not wearing his pads. He just has his shirt on, and so obviously he's not coming back after that report we received from Tom earlier in the first half. So, you know, defensively though, we've got to stop him. We've got to shut him down.
All right, Dozier, Rump at the DN position. Creeping up along the side of the line is Davion Cummings now. And it's a low snap. Back looks to get the edge out there. And pressing hard, Derek Marino with a nice tackle, but not after a 6-yard gain.
Well, Elson Bradley was able to come up there and cut off the edge. And when that running back turned back up the field, luckily Derek Marino was there. Still a good pickup on first down. But
yeah, early in the game we were stopping that at the line of scrimmage.
That's
so,
right, and we got to get that
they're
fire
getting
back.
6 yards, and yes, they got to get their composure here and play assignment football.
Reese Lyons rolls into DN position. And we have John Busha looking the field over. Palmetto Tigers single high safety back there. And he rolls the big back there, and he breaks a tackle, 2 tackles, and then finally tackled there by Brandon Waiterson. But first down for the Tarpons.
Yeah, and this is what we always worry about with Charlotte is their run ability. Wing T, well, whatever formation they're in, they've always been effective. The line has always been more of a running blocking scheme than a passing line.
It's their offense. They run it well. It's hard to prepare for, and it's hard to find the ball, and that's why they're good at it.
Busha lines up in the shotgun, and there's your wing T formation. Fakes the handoff, keeps it, runs to the center field. Bembry with a good tackle, but not, again, there's 5 yards on the game.
5 yards.
So the linebackers are going to have to start coming up and filling those gaps a little bit quicker. But, you know, that's easier said than done when you're trying to find the ball, Kenny. And right now they're doing a good job of keeping that ball secure and hiding it to the last second and picking up another 5 yards on first down.
And all it takes is just completing a pass here or there just to keep those linebackers honest.
Now the wide receiver, Tyler Beardswell, is over here in a tight end position with the slot back out of the wing T formation. And they fake the handoff, the Utah pass. Bembry's all over that one. No gain on the play.
Yeah, good job by Bembry. He was not fooled at all. He was able to step up there and make that tackle for a loss. If nothing else, it's right at the line of scrimmage. But good job defensively by John Bembry.
So third and 6, 3rd and 7 here. Big play for our defense. Very important to get them off the field.
Now on this side of the field, we have Crawford is out there, and John Wester is on the far sideline over there covering. Reese Lyons is going to be coming in off the slot. William Rump Palmetto moving things along the line here. And quarterback looks, throws that nice route out there again. Open receiver and no catch, so it's an incomplete pass. Great job by the camera crew here to pick that one up.
I think a little bit of more pressure that time was enough to force the quarterback to throw it earlier than he wanted to. So we got the 3 and out, and punt team's on the field. We got to watch for a fake. We've been burned a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, we got Wester out there on the right corner spot and Crawford over here, but we don't have anybody running free, so hopefully they'll punt this thing away.
Good place to call a fake here for the Tarpons, but they're going to kick this one away with Scribner, and he has a very booming kick into the end zone. So, you know, that's going to hurt his net punting there by about 20 yards. But he just did not want to put that into the hands of Jonte Wester.
Good point. I would just kick it in the end zone to not to give that boy a chance.
I'm sure
to do some damage.
You know, the coffin corner, you know, should have been an option there. You want to coffin
You don't
corner.
see them doing that much anymore. They like to turn that ball over and get that back spin on it, but he just hammered that thing.
The only problem is if you want to throw that at the left sideline. If you do shank it, you shank it to the middle of the field, and there's Jonte Wester back there.
Yes.
So they're just playing safe, seeing if that Palmetto offense can come out see if the defensive unit can come up with a stand here. Out here wide, the running back and also free safety, Jeremiah Harvey, is out here covering Kobe Mays. Marino runs the option there. Late pitch to Butler. Breaks a tackle or two.
Here
Still
he goes.
going. He's at the 42-yard line, first down.
Yeah, we're so used to seeing that from Bubba. You think he's going to be brought down behind the line of scrimmage. He's got 3 guys on him. He comes out of the scrum like some type of superhero and gets a big first down.
And you really have to pay attention because it looks like he's going to go down. His knee's going to touch the ground, but often he's able to keep his balance. Now this is Corian Brown just running wide, using his speed. That's ridiculous.
Oh, my goodness.
He's got it 30 and down to the 44-yard line. There was no way he was going to make that corner.
There was no way. He was not going to get back to the line of scrimmage. There were broke 2 tackles and ended up being like a 20-yard game.
Well, he was also like a tackling sled. He was pulling that one defender.
It was. Good point. Good point.
The defenders are having a very difficult time judging his speed. Now, Sajel Hickson in the backfield, looking. Good pass protection.
Run it.
Keeps
that was a great
big
call.
Gain and first down.
Out of bounds.
Yeah.
So
Guys,
a pickup of 12.
That defensive line does not get any push on Anthony at all. He could sit back there all day long. It's like they're playing him.
Yeah, that was a great read, too, Tom, by Anthony, because he knew right away that the receivers were covered, and he had just open daylight ahead of him, and it takes a run and gets another first down.
Yeah, he was looking for Kobe, and he wasn't there, and hey, I'll just take this thing and go with it.
Great pass protection there. Ryan Cotton and the guys up front. Look at this, and that is going to be Sajel Hickson. Boy, he's nasty. And he goes to the middle of the field for a first down, but there's going to be a holding on the interior line. But I don't care.
That is a play that makes the highlight reel on the 11 o'clock news there.
Well, I mean, we talk about this every week. We have just a huge complement of dynamic tailbacks that can come in at any time and make a run like that, take over the game. It's just unfortunate that Sajel did all that work. We have a holding penalty out of it.
True. He had a stiff arm there and nowhere to go, so he cuts back up and then goes back to where he was running initially and makes a nice gain. Go ahead.
Those linemen only have 2 or 3 seconds for that initial block, and they've already it's hard to hold that for that amount of time. And when you get a crafty guy like that running around, man, it's a matter of time.
True.
Now Marino looking things over. He has Butler going across the formation right to left. Marino keeps it again, and he gets a great block by Ingram out there with a pancaker out there on the edge. And so he picks up a nice gain on the play, but still second and long. The guys up front, Ryan Cotton, Ingram, Matthews, they're just doing Gullett. They are doing a tremendous job on the line of scrimmage tonight. Marino looks, flicks it out there. Watch this move. And that's Corian Brown. Holy smokes.
Another flag on the play.
The move was he just ran right around him.
Yeah.
I thought I was looking like you. I was waiting for the move, and he just used that track speed and
that
just
but
it's coming back.
The DB broke down, ready to, and Corian just says, I'm blowing by you.
It's like the road runner with that little bit of extra speed at the end. He just zoomed right by him.
And gone is Corian Brown.
That's going to be on Charlotte.
Okay, good call, Rick. And then Matthews was involved after the play there. And good job by Matthews keeping his composure. Looks like he got a hands to the face there because he's adjusting his chin strap. So good composure there.
Yeah, that's hard to do when you take a shot. You just want to react.
Well, watch this next play. If they run the ball to the left, you might want to take a peek at Matthews here because
number 75.
He's going to have a little extra juice in the tank coming off the line on this next play.
He's first one there.
Yeah, you see him up to the line of scrimmage. He's ready to roll. Now Palmetto thinking things over. 24 seconds on the play clock. Nice clock here at Charlotte. Have the play clock for us.
No, it's a good job of managing the clock as well.
Yes.
I mean, we're down to 6:17 here.
Oh, look at Curtis Thomas over here wide, and he hands the ball off Corian Brown, and he's outrunning the speed there, but he only gets a gain of about a yard on the play, right at the line of scrimmage.
That's the first time they have really held him in check.
We got another penalty flag. I think it's going to be on the Tigers for not letting one of the defenders off the ground.
Oh, come on. Okay, so
that's exactly what it is.
All right, good call. And so what you're seeing here with Ty Stolt offense, you're seeing a lot of jet sweep and wide plays. You're trying to soften the middle of the field. And one thing we've seen out of the Palmetto coaching staff here is their ability to play calling is sequential. One thing leads to another. But Palmetto's backed up with another call here. So that'll bring up a first. And let's see as they sort this one out.
Water break.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. I mean, I guess that's the correct call is to delay a game, basically, right? When they won't let the player off the field. But, I mean, it wasn't atrocious. It wasn't like he held him down there for 5 minutes. But the call is what it is. And we've got to, once again, we've got to keep our composure. We have to have better discipline here. We know that that's a call they're looking at. The referee is right there on top of that play.
Braden Rivers pulled up 42-31, so they're having a track meet there in East Manatee County. We just need
we got to do our we got to take care of our business here, right?
Take care of business, and we continue to do what we need to do here.
Yeah, and special thanks to Nick Batchelder down in the truck. He got me this pin light here, and so here in the dark, I'm able to get back to my spotter sheet, and I'll be able to do a better job for us. Nick Batchelder. Thank you, Nick.
2nd and 25, guys.
2nd and 25. Corian Brown, it's faked. Barrino breaks the tackle, looking for the corner right at the line of scrimmage, so it's still going to be 2nd and 25.
Yeah, running to the short side of the field there. It was very short, not a lot of room to run. Perhaps if went the other way, it could have been a different outcome.
Yeah, I'm looking at
it could be setting something up.
Yeah, and that's what I'm looking for here. Coach Todd's going to set something up here. I'm looking at one of these receivers with all this speed to come out here and make a play. We got Jonte across the middle, little crossing route, whatever. We got to get this first down picked up. It's long. It's going to be difficult, but we need to try to do it here.
And you can always throw the 50-50 ball out here to Kobe Mays wide. And he looks to the left, steps up to the middle of the field, running, and he slips on his cut, and he takes a late hit there, but no call. So that's going to be spotted at the 15-yard line from here. That'd be about a 32-yard
yeah, third down. Field goal here. It's third down. Third is fourth.
Third down. That's where.
It's fourth down.
Fourth down.
Yeah, the clock is a little slow. The timekeeper's having a hard time keeping it down in distance, but we're going to try to kick a field goal here. I can't tell if the wind is behind us or.
I feel it. That was the first breeze I think I've felt all night. It was from behind us. So
ducking under the tent here, I can see the flags. The flags are blowing a little bit in Rafael Gonzalez's face here, coming a little across the field. So he's kicking into a wind here. The spot is good. The kick is up very high. And it is good.
Nice job. What a beautiful kick.
Nice. Clutch kick.
One thing that you've seen from Rafael Gonzalez, kudos to Robbie Stevenson working with these young men, these soccer guys that come over to play football. And they go from being, tremendous soccer players into very, very important key players here on this Palmetto Tiger American football team.
Yes, that was clutch tonight with 2 field goals. That's probably the most he's had in a game this year. And any points on a long, sustained drive was what we needed to start our first drive here in the second half.
Yeah, and let me piggyback off what you're saying, Brian, because I want you to think about this. If you look at Venice and Charlotte and these teams that we play, they have kickers that have been kicking since Pop Warner. You're right. This is what they've always wanted to do, and they get up to this high school level, and they know how to kick, and they've been kicking their entire life. Our guys have been kicking for like 6 months, and Robbie does a tremendous job getting them ready for high school football.
Robbie, the former Manatee standout kicker, I remember him kicking 52-yard field goals, and then, of course, during his playing career at the University of Florida, playing for that national championship team in '96. What a great
he made it look so effortlessly too.
And now Gonzalez kicks this one off. And
that's blown dead for some reason.
Offsides.
I think we're going to have somebody offsides.
Or a legal substitution or something coming off the sideline. So that's going to back us up here. Robbie Stevenson very aggressively talking to the referee on the field.
What we got, Tommy?
Yeah, Tom, what you got?
Looks like it was offsides on Wester, 45. 44, 45. Yeah, 45 on the other side, offside.
All right, Tom, thanks for that Rico sideline delivery. Now it's tougher kick. You know, and it seems, and even the backup to Gonzalez here, Pineda, Robbie is working with these left-footed kickers. Robbie was a standout left-footed punter, which is always tricky when you're fielding that, but he seems to be getting an influx of lefties, and that's always a good thing in the kicking game. Now this one, he hit that one a little thin, so it's coming up. It's at the 15-yard line, and the back is,
ouch.
Nice hit there. Wells involved in the back of the tackle, but was that Brandon Waiters? No, that was Nickel. Brandon Nickel.
We were just talking to his
dad
and the concession stand, talking about the old Coral Coast Conference, and I think he said he was an all-conference selection. That was a initial hit there was pretty impressive. Braden River 49, St. Pete 31.
So we got Wester out there on the right, at the right corner. Day Hill is not in. Day Hill has not been in for the entire second quarter and now into the third quarter.
So Davian Cummings is out there, and you have Crawford out here in a two-safety look. Palmetto Tigers playing kind of a safe defensive scheme here. Matty Wyatt in the middle of the field and his Mike linebacker. Look at that.
Nice.
It's Rumpf back there.
There you go. That's how you play defense, Tigers.
Now that's Rumpf, I don't have the stat sheet in front of me, but Rumpf is one of those guys with tackles for loss, and here's why.
Just met him right in the hole and said, no way, Jose.
Keith Jackson would say, how do you do?
Yeah, yes.
As you were talking about players that haven't been playing in the second half so far, I talked to Johnny Jones. His shoulder pad's off. He will not be back in this game.
So, Tom, we're going to see a lot of Corey and Brown on the offense, and Corey has been so impressive, but now it's time for your Palmetto Tigers defense to hold 2nd and 15. Nice formation here by the Tarpons. Boy, they are tough. A great route. He dropped the ball out there. Wide open receiver.
And right in the hands, too.
Yeah, good route by the receiver for Charlotte, and John Wester was off of him a little bit, and he was trying to cut back and get to him, and the footing is a little loose out there right now, and luckily for us, he dropped that
hit him right. Yeah, luckily dropped it.
And
he was open.
That is what you look for. John Busha there, the quarterback, 6'2", sophomore, 180-pounder. Yes. That's a hard throw from this hash all the way. The deep out is the thing that kind of separates the quarterbacks, and that shows this
yeah, he's got a nice arm.
He has a nice arm. Now 3rd and long. Charles Miller coming middle screen. Perfect play call. Bembry chasing. Let's see if he can get there. He's got the first down and more, running down the sideline. And big first down. Great play call out of that formation with a middle screen.
Great call. Great execution. We were there. We were there to stop it, but just got in, missed it, and they made a nice play out of it. Let's watch it here. Right there, the cutback.
Yep,
and again, the field's wet.
And Big John Bembry chasing him all the way down the sideline there. Good hustle by John Bembry, but that's a big first down for the Tarpons here. 2 minutes and 45 seconds remain here in the third quarter. Busha looks over. He's got the slot back in motion. Hands it to him. Look at Reese Lyons there blowing it up. Great play. And we got to talk to Reese's dad as we're coming up here. John.
Yeah, nice gentleman. And Reese has got five or six, half a dozen offers out there to play football on Saturdays, and just proved why he's very deserving of that.
Yeah, and then Reese with a big, he leads the team in pass breakups, and you saw that nice interception in the first half. Reese Lyons, a very, very talented player.
Well, good thing about that was a huge loss there, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 14. So we got some of those yards back that we gave up for that first down.
Out here wide on this side is Jeremiah Harvey, and Palmetto defense in a 5-man pressure front. And they've got him this time, and that's going to be a great job of Bembry, but initially that was William Rump
that pushed him in.
We've called his name quite a bit tonight. He's had a wonderful game. Defensive line has one of their better efforts this year.
I would agree. They really have answered the call up to this point, and you're playing a very talented team. You're going to have some miscues. This is football.
Yes.
But they have held their own here tonight.
I tell you guys, Rump has free a quarterback many times. I wonder if they're letting him go because he's had like 4 or 5 straight shots at the quarterback.
Thank you for that, Rico sideline delivery. Now it's 3rd and 15. And Reese Lyons is coming, not quite able to get there. Good coverage. There it is. Palmetto Tigers break it up.
No flags, Rick.
Wester and Goff over there with great coverage.
I'll tell you that that play was made by Goff coming over there at the last second and breaking that up because that receiver almost made a great catch.
Yes.
Because Wester was a little early timing that thing, but Goff is what really, he broke it up.
All right, let's have some fun with this one. Hey, it's a punt. Get a kick out of great service from our folks at DeVito's, but Jonte Wester is waiting on the 15-yard line. Scribner back to punt. Great snap. Kenny Scribner drives this one. Beautiful punt. Angles for the sideline, and a nice punt there. It's going to roll down about the 19-yard line.
So we're getting down here to the end of the third quarter, 38 seconds left, guys. It's no time to lay back here and hope that good things happen. A good little dosage of Corian Brown wouldn't hurt right now, picking up some big yardage and getting up here
and burning some clock.
And giving us an opportunity to maybe get a touchdown here and go into the fourth quarter with a little bit of breathing room. I won't say a lot because you never can take anything for granted in this game.
Right.
Yeah, and in this situation here, the roster, you do see the Tarpons. They play a lot of players both ways. The DBs and running backs, they're playing both ways. And as the game wears on here, especially when you're defending that jet sweep action, the middle of the field will soften up. Now this is Corian Brown, and he runs forward, and actually they slipped in there. Let me get a number. I don't know if that was Butler, but it was Corian. All right. Corian's jersey's tucked up underneath the shirt there. He's been tackled a lot tonight. 20 seconds left on this, and Tigers are going to just elect to let the clock wind down. It'll be 2nd and 8 when we join you here at the beginning of the fourth quarter. 10 seconds on the clock, 16 seconds on the play clock. No need to burn a play here. So your Palmetto Tigers here at the end of the third quarter with a 34-16 lead.
Well, we're tied with number 8 with St. Pete. We see on TigerVision, Braden Rivers up 49-31. All we needed to do was play our game and win tonight, and for Braden Rivers, so one more quarter, and we're going to be heading to Venice next week.
Yeah, which is okay by me. I think that for us, just for some confidence to come out here tonight and to play well after just really taking a beating the second half against Venice last week. But this fourth quarter is going to be very telling for me. They need to continue to play hard and play discipline, because we've had a couple of little mishaps, some mental breakdowns on.
Hi, this is Alan and Chris Conley from Conley Buick GMC, home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
How many dealers in the area give you a lifetime warranty on a new Buick or GMC?
There's no one in the area that I know of, and so everyone understands, this is a real lifetime warranty.
So Alan, if I own my car for 30 years, I'm covered?
Yup, as long as you are the original owner, you're covered.
So it covers the engine, transmission, differential, seals, gaskets, and fluids?
Yup, as long as you're the original owner, you are covered.
Before you buy, shop Conley Buick GMC in Bradenton, home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
Tom, pick it up again.
Yeah, I'm just going to let you guys know. I was talking to the coaches, and they said that Day-Day has a minor knee injury, so they're just holding him out of the game. They didn't feel they needed him at this time, so that's what's going on with his knee. And so Coach Marino was walking down the sideline right at the end of the fourth quarter there, holding his four fingers up like he always does, and he saying to each kid as he walked by, how bad do you want it? How bad do you want it? How bad do you want it? So I know we've had some letdowns, in the later parts of the game or whatever, so just getting it in their heads, we've got to stay focused, and we've got to continue to put points on the board if we want to win these games.
10-4, thank you for that Rico sideline delivery. And what you saw there, we talked about sequential play calling, and there was a good example of that. You send Butler across on the jet sweep, and then you run Corian back across the formation. The middle of the field's been softened up by the jet sweep action, so great job by Ty Stolt. And the play calling also had a little penalty on the backside of that play, so Palmetto Tigers 1st and 10. Throws it out there to Curtis Thomas. No blocks out there. Goes for a gain of about 2.
Yeah, that was 2 against 1 there, and there's no way that Curtis is going to be able to get out of that unless we have a miracle. So the blocking scheme just was not there for that play.
But still, he still picked up 3.5
yards.
The only
thing he got out of bounds.
That's just Curtis Thomas, the magic man, showing some shake out there. But really nobody there to block for him. And there's Corian Brown again showing that ridiculous speed down the sideline. First down.
He just ran 50 yards to get about, 12?
But he shouldn't have gotten that.
No.
He had 2 defenders right there running parallel with him.
He's just got a different gear that very few people have.
It reminds me of Xavier, was it Williams that we used to have for the jet sweep and some of those guys.
Yes.
Get a hold out there.
I think we got another holding penalty. I think they're going to call Kobe for a hold. And
I don't know. I
didn't see it, but we don't see a lot.
Yep. And we are in the dark, but tonight it has cooled off here. It's nice and dry here. 11 minutes, 31 seconds remaining here in the fourth quarter. Your Palmetto Tigers are backed up. That's going to be a 2nd and 20. It was a spot foul at the line of scrimmage.
I will say this. These officials tonight, this has been a good crew out here.
Yeah,
really have done a great job tonight.
And look at that big corner out there. And that's a matchup that you wanted. And there's Curtis Thomas. The ball's a little high.
Yeah. It came right our way.
But it was a good play. And one thing here with the technology that we have, watch this right here. Curtis Thomas sets up balls just a little high.
Just a little high. He's got some good ups, too.
Yeah, with the firing of the can, we had enough with the rain and the setup here for the TigerVision crew down there. Christian McClanahan and Jordan were down there setting things up. Every time they fire that cannon, the technology in the truck just gets messed up.
Wow.
The audio, and we've had so much rain and all that. So kudos to the guys down there to keeping us on the air. It's been a tough night for the crew. Now Marino looks, and he's got Western. He slips on his cut.
He was on his way, too.
Yeah, that was good play call.
That's going to be that field. It's really starting to give way now, as you would expect after the rain and all the play that's been on it here for 3 quarters. So it's just going to be hard for these speedsters to make those cuts. It's just difficult.
All right, now Marino is going to run back there and kick this one away. Corian Brown, we see him a lot in the punt coverage, but he's coming off the side. He's getting a lot of time on the offense tonight, so he's off the sideline. He's usually a gunner. Now Marino, nice kick. It's rolling, beautiful kick, Derek Marino, and it's going to be spotted at the 29-yard line. Hustling down there.
42-yard net on that punt. And they had their little speed burner back there waiting for it. Switched the field here, flipped it.
And that's Mike Goff down there hustling down to down that one on the 19. So 10 minutes and 29 seconds. Time for the Palmetto Tiger defensive unit to make a stand here, and let's try to see if we can put this one away here.
Have we had a turnover tonight?
We intercepted.
That's right.
Reese has
been
one
a while.
interception. You're right. That was in the first quarter.
So over here wide is Davion Cummings in coverage. Now he flips over to the other side of the field. John Wester out here in single cover. There's the throw. Nice play.
Nice job, Derek Marino.
Derek Marino, whoa. He's getting up at 3 3:30 in the morning and heading to Carson Newman for a game visit tomorrow against Lenore Ryan.
Look at Derek step in there, and really receiver had run a nice little button hook there in front of Crawford, but great play by Derek out there. 10 minutes and 25 seconds here in the fourth quarter. 2nd and 10 for the Tarpons. And here's a nice out wide is Malachi Minzer, the wide receiver, strong safety, junior, 6'3", 215 pounds out here running wide. Here he goes, running the route, and nice defense, but he broke out of that one. Great catch, big hit, and that was Crawford coming out to make a good hit. Pretty good coverage initially, but good hands by Asher Thomas.
Well, you're going to see Cummings. He goes for the ball, and he almost gets it. It was a great play, and just a great reception by the receiver for Charlotte, but he's right there. Almost comes away with it, but
split second,
yep.
It's our ball.
Yep.
Maybe a pick six.
And, errors of aggression, bring it. I'd rather
exactly.
Yeah, that's going to set something up for us.
Now Busha takes this one, and it's your wing T formation. And there is a fake. Miller initially slows things down, and then coming in is Matty Wyatt to clean things up.
I don't know if you guys have seen the final yet, but Braden River 49, St. Petersburg 31. That's a final.
Oh, good. Okay.
They did their part. We got to do ours now.
Yes. We just got to finish this one and take it home. It'll be a nice ride home, hopefully.
Yeah, thank you for that, Tom.
Defense has really shut down that quarterback dive or whatever you call it.
We can call it a dive. Dive sounds good, Kenny. That's what it is.
That's what I know from the veer.
From the old days?
From the old days,
from
yes.
that veer offense. Kenny's throwing back to that veer. We're talking veer. We're talking about wing T.
We're talking old school stuff.
Old school. Throwback. Asher Thomas in motion. Low snap. Busher rolls to the right. And look at the closing speed there by Miller. That was crazy. Charles Miller.
Where did he come from? My goodness. Let's see that on the replay.
That was beautiful.
Watch him close that gap there.
He was almost being held at the same time.
Yeah, and as they sort things out.
Here we go.
Watch Charles Miller. Watch this last 5 steps. You think?
Well.
And he comes in
you
there.
could see the coverage. The quarterback had nowhere to throw it.
Nowhere to throw on the backside of the secondary. But
hey, guys, I just caught a very interesting exchange between the head referee over there and Coach Stevenson. I guess one of the players was run off the field, and Coach Stevenson asked, is he ejected? He said, no, but you better keep him over there. So they're getting a little fired up. That's Guglielmini. We usually see him on the Manatee crew. But he's doing a good job tonight, keeping everything under control.
Tom, and that's Guglielmini, Guglielmini.
Wow.
Just to check, since you're a math guy, I'm going to give you a little spelling bee there. Now, Busha is back there in the backfield, 3rd and 11. We run a little jet sweep at quarterback keeper, and there is nowhere to go. Great play by Charles Miller.
Charles Miller.
Interesting play call right there, guys, right?
Well, early on, that was their best play, was running the quarterback untouched into the 2nd and 3rd level. But give Coach Cucci credit for making the adjustments and the defense stepping up. 3 and out.
Really surprised, and I was really surprised to see Palmetto in such good position with Miller on the play.
Good spot for a possible fake here, guys.
I don't, on this side of the 50, 8 minutes left, I would.
Well, I mean, Charlotte they have nothing to lose. That's right.
And you got a Kenny Scribner has the potential to outkick his coverage, and he's got Jonte Wester back there waiting for him. He's kind of angling for the sideline,
kicking away from Jonte.
See if we get a good hop here. Yeah, we do.
Here we go.
Pick it up, and we've got a flag on the field. Ball's out.
The ball.
And
that was a huge gamble.
Scrambling back to pick that one up. Let's see.
There's a flag on.
Is that going to be on Derek, or is that going to be on Charlotte?
Maybe on Coach Bruno over here.
Okay, well, Davion Cummings hustled back there to recover that. What a big play by Davion. And that was a huge heads-up play by Davion Cummings. Now look at this one as Wester's waiting for it. Runs to the far sideline and pick it up and go for it, Jonte. You've got our faith. So he
looked up and
the ball
he just
comes out.
He picked it up. It's just the guy stripped it.
No, it's Sajel Hickson.
That made the save.
He just comes back there and makes a heads-up play. Great play by Sajel Hickson.
That would have put them back in the game and in the red zone.
Right now, the Palmetto Tigers are going to come out, very close to the goal line, and the ball will. Right now, it's spotted at the 5-yard line.
So we need the big hogs up front to push this D-line back and let us pick up some yards here, guys.
Some 7-yard average here would be appropriate.
I tell you, in another.
Looking at Jonte is so tempting over here by himself.
No, I go sluggo with Jonte right here, just because he's got to be fired up after that last play. A lot of big cushion over there, but the ball goes off to Corian Brown, runs forward for a nice gain off the goal line. That's what you want, 3-yard gain on the play.
The goal is to get 10 yards in 3 plays here.
Guys,
if
we can move the chains here about 3 times, we can almost put this game to rest.
Yes.
And you really want to keep that clock going, but out here wide
it's
with
tempting.
Jonte West.
It's very tempting.
It's so tempting with single high safety. And that's Corian Brown again. Do your thing, Corian.
Stay in bounds.
Brother.
Stay in bounds.
And Corian Brown cuts, and he's at the 50. He's at the 40. And he is tackled there at the 28-yard line.
That'll work, too.
I'll take it.
Corian Brown, I don't know how many yards he has tonight.
I was just thinking that.
He may be the all-time leader this year.
Yeah, he's going to go over 200, I would say, at this pace. Tom, what did you see over there?
I saw a blazing speed down the side. That kid, you know what? We talk about Jonte and how quick Jonte is, but for straight-out speed, this kid is amazing. He must be the fastest kid on this team. He's got to be.
Yeah, he is fast.
He can burn, man.
We got several of those, but Corian Brown with a breakout night tonight. Sajel, let's see who we have in the backfield here. Running hard to the 20.
That's going to be
Sajel
Hickson.
But it's like a 7 or 8 yard gain.
I tell you, you know what? This sophomore, Sajel Hickson, think about this last series. Sajel hustles down and fields the ball on the 1, and how huge of a play that was, and then comes out here.
80 yards later, we're in red zone.
Fantastic game. Sajel Hickson in the backfield. Curtis Thomas wide. Fakes it. Marino keeps it, and they're all over it this time. Nice play by the defense there.
But, that's okay. It's going to be, third and long, but the clock is still moving. We're almost to 6 minutes. It's just, just chewing up as much as we can.
3rd and 6, it's a very makeable, maybe 2-down territory here just to turn the clock.
And that was number 20, Zian Chamizo, the outside linebacker, fullback, 5'9", 190-pounder with a great tackle on the play. Stayed home, but the clock continues to burn.
Just taking their time.
5 minutes and 53 seconds. 3rd and 6 for the Tigers. Here's what I like out of this. You could go quarterback draw of this, but Sajel Hickson in the backfield. I like a nice draw and run over there to the left side of the field behind Matthews. And
I like it.
Big Ryan Cotton over there. Let's see what we've got. And we've got.
That gonna be a delay.
Timeout.
Let's see what we've got.
No, there's a flag in the back. The back judge.
So delay.
He's the one that's going to call.
He had 0 on the play clock, so that'll change the scheme here. Probably see
3rd and 11
passing here. So the ball will be spotted at the 28-yard line. 45-yard field goal from here, but you got 2 things. Do you want to get positive yards set up for a field goal from Gonzalez, or you want to toss the rock, spin the bean, throw it out there to one of those receivers? Now there is stoppage on the play. It's going to be a water break. Now that we come to water break, I think of our great sponsor, Richardson Stenton Roofing. You're tired of seeing that water leak through that ceiling? You can talk to the guys at Richardson Stenton Roofing. Take that old roof off of there. Quit putting it off, and put that new roof on there. And as you've seen from their commercials, they do a beautiful job. But big play here, Rick. 3rd and 11.
3rd and 11 here, and basically, you know, it's up to Coach Ty and Coach Marino. What do you want to do here? Do you want to just continue to try to burn the clock? You want to try to pick this first down up? I mean, I know they want to try, but are they just willing to run this thing out here and not even attempt to pass? I would say you're going to have a run and play, and if we pick it up, we pick it up. But I'm with you, Kenny. We'll go for it on 4th down as well.
Yeah, I think you got 2 opportunities here to get the 9 yards, and you know, worst case scenario, they're just going to get the ball back, but we can burn some clock.
All right, Marino looking things over. Kobe Mays out here wide. He's locked up in coverage by Jaden Opalak out there. Soft cushion. Butler in motion. They fake it, and they run it with Sajel Hickson. He's got the edge, patiently waits for the block.
Stay in bounds.
Stays in bounds, and he goes for about to the 20-yard line.
Guys, I was just informed that we have 17 penalties tonight against us.
17, and
Charlotte
we're winning this game.
Wow, are you kidding me?
17-9. Wow.
That seems impossible.
I mean, what do you run, 50 or 60 plays on offense a game, maybe?
I don't remember that many.
But that's a lot of.
There was probably 3 or 4 right there on that last drive when Charlotte was driving down.
Wow.
Right in the middle of the field, they kept throwing them back and forth. So it stacks up quick.
5 minutes and 23. The Tigers elect to run the play here. Marino looks middle. There's quarterback draw. He's going to make the first down. They're going to call holding there. Gets a good block.
Well,
out
there's
there,
18.
Look at that. What an effort.
1-yard line.
I guess that's going to be 18, Tommy.
I think so. 18.
That's a big one.
We're going to make it 20 tonight.
So 5 minutes and 15. That'll stop the clock. Palmetto holding out there. Great run by Anthony Marino. And you got to be impressed with Anthony's speed.
Yes, absolutely. He's a great running quarterback.
He really. I've just been impressed with him all year.
Make
with
that
this.
19.
What was that?
They just threw another one.
That one's on our
unsportsmanlike
offensive line
75.
there. Speaking, the interior line there, not very happy, and was having some discussions there with the officiating crew in high school football. You're going to get called for that one. That's going to back us up 10 more yards.
I tell you guys, we hate to see all the penalties in these games, but the way that this staff is calling them, Guglielmini, common spelling, he is giving plenty of warnings to the coaches. He is, talking to the kids. He's telling them to be quiet. He's doing that before he throws a penalty. So, hey, that's on the kids. I mean, he's doing what he needs to do. That's what all the refs should do.
He's always done that, Tom. I've seen him in Pop Warner, and he's always trying to give them a little bit of advice. You may not want to say that anymore.
That's it. That's it. That's great to see.
Yeah, and I've been very.
Whoa.
And here's another
30 yards
personal foul on the Tigers, so that's going to
now
bring
we're going to need to
Derek
punt.
Marino, and he's going to punt this one away. Palmetto Tiger fans here. We're sitting amongst the fans here.
Yeah, they are a vocal group here. They are not happy with these calls.
I'll tell you.
I think my dad might be here.
Good thing the fans can't get a penalty.
Yes.
You know what? I think they're still angry about that terrible drive down here, down I-75 in the rain.
Oh, yes.
And they're releasing the tension here. The Palmetto Tiger fans are hot. They bring everybody. Good punt protection there by the Tigers. This is interesting. Ball's
scary.
on the ground. Recovered. Good shot at it. That was number 31, Gabe Avendano. Had a clean look but didn't come up with it. So they're going to start there. Charlotte's going to have this possession from
almost Rick, the same thing LaJonte tried to do, and it almost came back to bite the Tarpons there, and but great punt by Marino, got him pinned inside the 15-yard line.
And hustling down there again, Braden Nickel, long snapper, involved in the mayhem down there. Great to see. You have to compartmentalize as a long snapper. Number one priority, you got to have a good snap. And then, a lot of times you have guys that are excellent long snappers, but they can't cover anything down the field. And then the guys that can cover down the field don't snap the ball very well. Now, Tom, where did you fall as a long snapper?
Well, I fell a lot, actually. I'd lean over the ball and just fall on my face most of the time.
All right, big possession here for the Tarpons. Middle handoff. Rump almost got the ball out of there, but it goes for about a 5-yard gain. Tom, I can see you making some big hits down there. But I was wondering if you're a little vertically challenged making that transition down the field.
No, of course not. No, I'm a phenomenal athlete. Now that I have no need to prove that to anybody, as time goes on, I get better and better.
You let yourself go? Is that what you're saying?
Exactly.
Tom's spiritual gift must be humility.
I'm so athletic that I gained this weight so that I could compete with everybody else. So I don't want anybody to feel bad,
Tom Porter, Rico's sideline report. He's very proud to say that his best attribute is his humility, and he's very proud of that.
Can we get the sideline report by Crunch Fitness or something?
Great play by the defense this time. Bembry there
once again.
Blowing things up back there.
Hey, guys, we're down here almost at 4 minutes, so we're going to come out of this thing with a win unless something very, very terrible takes place here. But, hey, you really got to take your hats off to the defense tonight after that second half last week. They came out here, they played hard. One touchdown does not belong to them. They got one touchdown on them tonight. The other one is a special teams touchdown. So I really am proud of the way the defense came out here tonight and played.
Yeah, played against this very tough offense to defend here in these Charlotte Tarpons. Jet sweep, looking for the edge. And he's doing his Corian Brown imitation there, but hustling up to make a play is Crawford.
You also got Derek Marino pushed that thing out, too. So Derek's been playing so hard tonight. He's been all over the place. I know that young man's got to be tired, but he wants to play next week, you can tell.
And it's just amazing that he didn't play this position until this year.
That's
he
right.
had to. He did that for the team and has really excelled.
Now it's time for Kenny Scribner to drop back there and punt. And for protection, Ellison Bradley, but Jonte Wester await the kick. There's the snap, a good one. The kick is a low returnable kick, and it is working its way to the sideline. And so a good field position there for the Tigers. They'll get the ball on the 38-yard line. That one was down there by number 26, Nicholas Criolla, the wide receiver DB, hustling down that one for the Tarpons.
Yeah, LaJonte, they probably told him not to try to field this one, especially when you can get the ball around the 40-yard line and 3 minutes left on the clock here and some change.
Yeah, and I look for, if Corian Brown is out there, this is a play from the short side of the field, jet sweep, and it burns up a lot of clock running for the far boundary. And you've seen some substitutions in the game here. And number 81, Hayden Davis, he's listed as a 5'11" tight end. Came up with a big 18-yard catch a couple weeks ago. He's in the game also. Sajel Hickson. And he stops, spins, and it's going to be a loss on the play. That's fine. Clock continues to wind here. 3 minutes and 8 seconds left in the 3:05.
Yeah, no hurry here. Just let this thing burn out here and just take our time, Kenny, and get back on the bus. And hopefully we have a more pleasant ride home than we did on our way over here this afternoon.
Yeah, and Ken, there must have been 3 or 4 accidents on the way down here in front of us, and
yes, it took a while to get here today.
Didn't know if we'd actually get underneath this tent. We had the tent in the truck here. We didn't even know if we'd be able to pull the broadcast off at some point. Now Sajel Hickson, nice stiff arm over there, and he makes a nice gain on the play, stays inbound. Clock continues to wind. 2:22 on the clock now. Palmetto Tigers are bringing this one home. So, gentlemen, it's playoff time again, and looks like as things are lining up here, that we'll be in Venice next weekend facing the Venice Indians.
Well, the way I look at it is eventually, no matter what, you're going to end up facing Venice if you want to make it.
Well, if you're going to get out of Region 3 in Class 7A, much like in 6A, you got to get through Punta Gorda. You're going to have to get through Venice, whether it's the first game or the 3 game, and you're going to have to do it on their field.
Right.
And you did, Venice in that game, it was a close game in the first half. In that Venice game last week, they showed a lot of the offense. Look at Sajel Hickson. Boy, is he good. He is fantastic.
He has got a wicked stiff arm.
Yeah, that's going to do it.
3 or 4, and we got the first down here.
Yeah,
first down.
That's going to do it.
And a penalty.
No kidding.
That's
Holding on the
19
Is
now?
that 20?
19 or 20?
I think it's 20 now.
20.
20 over there. And so that'll back the Tigers up once again. But, you know, Tiger fans watching from all over the country, here's a name, you know, a couple names. You know, Johnny Jones, dynamic running back. And tonight, the Corian Brown show. And don't forget about Sajel Hickson, the sophomore. This young man is supremely gifted running back, you know, and a football player. He'll play anywhere out there.
Sajel Hickson.
Sajel Hickson is fantastic.
And he gets another year in the weight room and learning the offense and get to play more. He's a bright future ahead for that young man.
And I know it's very early to call that, but I'm telling you, that guy has the it factor. You know,
definitely.
He has it as a football player. Between the lines, Sajel Hickson, a bright star for the future here for the Palmetto Tigers. Marino takes it, hands it off to Hickson, and he runs, and he shakes a tackle, another tackle. He's down to the 20, 15, and all the way to
Go ahead and score.
2-yard line.
While you're there.
So with 50 seconds on the clock, you know, if we keep handing the ball off to Sajel, there's going to be some more points on the board.
Well, he almost pulled it off right there. I think he's on about the two-yard
line.
And breaking tackles and, you know, giving them the forearm shiver and then having enough shake to make people miss. What talent. 58.3
just
seconds
take a knee
remain.
here.
I would.
Just take a knee.
Yeah, young players in there. Hands it off to Sajel. He's got it, and it's a touchdown. Good blocking out there. And a fine block out there by the tight end. You know, there's that young tight end, number 81. And that we've seen him, Hayden Davis out there. He's 160 pounds out there throwing a key block, the junior out there. And Sajel
running untouched because of that block.
And that's why you have, you know, instead of running, kneeling, you've got young players out there. And, you know, they really need to play, you know, as the season progresses, and they're going to be ready at playoff time. Yeah. Coach Marino not running the score up here. Gonzalez kicks this one. Oh, it's a muff. Gonzalez picks it up, goes down. So Marino had that one slip through his fingers. That's the first time
all year.
We've
I
seen
think
that
he's
one.
Probably 49 for 50 now, but we've talked about the offensive line playing well tonight, Rick, and wanted to mention them key into this final drive to take this game home tonight.
Yeah, I think that we can be proud tonight at the way that we bounced back after the Venice game, and now it's really up to us getting through this next 50 seconds and getting back to practice on Monday and trying to figure out how we're going to stop the Indians.
Yeah, now looking ahead to that game, what we saw in the game with very talented transfers in there, the Wolf brothers, Hayden Wolf, the quarterback, and then another transfer. I think the other young man, Della Costa, I think he transferred in from Pennsylvania or somewhere, the backup.
He was a good option guy.
He was nice.
He was the running threat.
Number 8, he wore Trey Burton's old number there. Clay Burton, the offensive coordinator over there at Venice. And number 8 came in with a big package on a tired Palmetto defense, and they went to the heavy run set there. And so, you know, they showed the dimensions of that offense. So they can go with a throwing quarterback, great size, and then they've got the hammer in with Della Costa comes into the game, and a big test for the Palmetto Tigers next week. Now Gonzalez is going to kick this one off. Get a kick out of great service from our friends. Pooch kick, nice one. No fair catch. Now there's a whistle. I didn't see a fair catch there. Did you?
Maybe we got it on the replay.
No, I didn't see it.
I didn't see it either,
I was looking at the ball in the air so short.
Looks like he called
got
for a
under
fair
it.
catch and then tried to run
Watch him. It's hard to really.
He's running out of there. So okay.
If it was a fair catch, it wasn't properly identified.
So it should have been a penalty on the.
If it was a proper field. Fair catch, right?
That's right. So
we'll let them have this one.
Hey, the crew tonight's been outstanding overall. You know, I know that Palmetto Tigers have had a lot of penalties tonight, but we've earned a bunch. I don't know, Tom. 200 penalty yards in this game.
150 easy.
Okay. Now in that wing T formation are the Tarpons, and they are a playoff-bound team. They've already clinched that. Quarterback John Busha takes the snap, and I look, we didn't see a couple players with the Tarpons tonight. The big offensive tackle, 320-pounder, maybe 290-pounder guard was out there missing too. Alex Muse, the quarterback, not playing tonight because they're playing it safe. So, they had a lot of offensive weapons that didn't play tonight. But really, overall, an outstanding performance by the Palmetto Tiger defense.
Yes, on all three levels, they have rose to the occasion tonight.
And so, Al, as the Palmetto Tigers walk off the field, next week is going to be a big one in Venice. And Ken, I wanted to take it to first. Let's take it to Rick and think of your thoughts here of the close of the game.
Well, real quick, I just think that we came out here and we did what we had to do to win this ball game. We were consistent with our play on both sides of the ball. Special teams, one mistake, but we live to see another week, Kenny, and now we need to go back and we've got to figure out what we can do to correct the mistakes from the game last week against Venice. I still think that we have the talent to beat them. We had to show it.
Yeah, excellent effort to come back and play a Category 1 team and come out on an away game and come back to make it back into the playoffs. Just what the doctor ordered, especially after the rough game against Venice. The beauty of that is it's hard to beat somebody a second time, especially when that game is still fresh on their minds. They just played it. So everything that they study this week will be very fresh on all the things that Venice did to exploit our defense. So that would be the good thing. But to get a Category 1 win against the number 1 6A seed is huge going into this game next week. It makes a big difference.
Thanks very much, Ken. And we're gonna get down to Tom Porter on the sideline here. I don't know if you can pick me up here, guys. Yeah. Soon we're going to get back to Tom, but we're going to wrap it up from up here in the stands. Tom is going to get the interview or hear the coach talk to the team. We'll kick it back up to us and then back to Tom. But let's take it to Tom at field level with Coach Marino.
Hey, listen up. Hey, first and foremost, I am so happy because I didn't have to say goodbye to you seniors tonight. All right, that's good stuff right there.
Love you, boys.
All right. Hey, you're in the show now. Everybody's 0-0. Okay, everybody's 0-0. Gentlemen, we've got to learn from our mistakes. Okay, we have to play cleaner. We got to play smarter. But your fight, your fire, your intensity, that's what we need. If you bring that, you got a shot against anybody. All right, we'll find out. We'll see how it all unfolds. We'll find out who we got. All right, you guys got off tomorrow. Okay, Monday we got to go to work. Let's go. Bring it up.
Hey, bring it up.
Go, bring it in tight. All right, family on me. Family on 3. 1, 2, 3. Family.
Hey, guys, here with Coach Marino. Coach, obviously, decisive win against Charlotte, the number 1 seed in 6A. To play, but did you expect them to dominate the way they did?
Oh, absolutely. They, they've done a great job all year, fighting for 48 minutes. Unfortunately, we had some mistakes in the Venice game last week, but, the way the kids responded, that just goes to show you the heart and character they have and the fight they have. So I wasn't surprised at all. They got to understand, though, Charlotte or any champion's never going to quit. And that's where we got to learn to be a champion. When we have somebody down, we have to stomp them out. And we didn't do that. We allowed them to come back in and gave them life. We can't do that. We cannot do that in the playoffs.
You talked about the team making mistakes when you were addressing them. 20 penalties tonight called on the Tigers, 20 penalties. How do you clean that up in a week's time?
Well, it's just technique. You just got to do a better job with your technique. That's all it is. It's lazy feet. It always starts from the ground up. Your feet are lazy, and that's where you get overextended and you get those holding penalties. You got to move your feet better, and that's technique work. We'll work on it individual period this week, and we'll get it corrected.
Well, obviously, everybody knows we had a big disappointment against Venice. How good does it feel to get that opportunity back? From all indications are we're going to be playing Venice coming up.
Well, of course. You know, I mean, we came out and played with fire and fight and passion in the first half. We just got to be able to withstand it for 48 minutes. And it's going to be a hostile environment down there. Now we're at their place. And so it's going to take a hell of an effort by our kids, but I'm hoping that they respond and want another chance.
It's had to be a pretty focused week of practice considering what was at stake?
It was a playoff game. So it was a do or die situation, and our kids came out with that type of effort and attitude. So, you know, it's basically the second round for us now because this was really the first round. So now we just got to go out and, you know, play with the same fire and fight, but we just got to be a little bit more disciplined.
The touchdown passes early, you obviously saw something there.
Well, you know, with an experienced quarterback and experienced receiving core, you know, and a O-line that gives great protection, you know, we expect that. We expect that. And the drives that we stopped and had to settle for field goals, that's like a loss for us. We have a higher standard and a higher expectation. So we got to do a better job. Those are the mistakes we got to learn from and clean up.
Thanks, Coach. Hey, guys, I'm going to grab Coach Ty Stolt real quick.
How we doing?
Hey, Coach, who you got today?
We got Sajal Hickson.
Sajal Hickson. Where's Corian? Sajal and Corian. All right, you guys, Johnny Jones went out a little early tonight. You know, he's been back. Corian, you really stepped up, man. Are you the fastest guy on this team?
Yes.
No hesitation in that?
No.
I'll tell you, I saw more speed tonight from you. We commented on several times. You need to watch TigerVision because you had some great runs to the outside. It looks like they're going to track you down, and then you just make the cut, and you're very impressive, very impressive. And Sajal, actually, I work with a family member of yours. I work with a family member of yours. We talk about you all the time. A great job running the ball, man. You're mixing it up. You're getting in there. You're getting the yards where Johnny's generally been at. You know, you're right through the middle there, making some nifty moves. Talk about getting more playing time and how that's going to help you.
I'm just trying to do what I can do when I get my number called. And when I get the chance to, I show what I can do.
Talk about the offensive line. We've got a good group of offensive linemen out there, obviously, and they're always going that extra mile. You see them pancaking guys all over the place. You guys are very athletic, but talk about that offensive line and what a difference that makes in, you know, getting to that next level, getting past that first tackle.
It makes a huge difference. Opens up the holes for you to be able to go score.
Coach, obviously, all indications are we're going to face Venice in the playoffs, first round of the playoffs. Offensively, that first quarter, we came out firing against Venice, up 14-0. Same thing tonight, up 14-0, and they started to come back on us a little bit. Same scenario. What do we do differently tonight to keep the pressure offensively on Charlotte, and how can we translate that into, you know, more points on the board against Venice?
We knew coming in we want to be aggressive all night long. We got guys on the edge, and obviously the 2 backs tonight, 3 backs tonight, they helped us. So we just want to stay aggressive and play our game, and no matter what, you know, try and put points up. So I think that was probably one of the main points we wanted to make this week.
We were talking with Coach Marino, 20 penalties tonight on the top. The majority of those, I believe, were on offense. How do you know it's time in preparation for Venice?
Yeah, I mean that's not championship football. You know, but we got a good coaching staff, and believe me, you know, up front we'll be keeping our hands inside, and it will be an issue of concern, and we will get it cleaned up. So. And obviously, with Corian breaking around the ends, there was a lot of penalties on the linebacker. I'm sorry, on the receivers trying to block because he's making that corner, he's getting out there, and it's hard to keep those blocks for that long. Obviously, great job, guys. We appreciate it. You guys did awesome tonight, and we look forward to a big game next week. Stay out of trouble. Do your great. Get your good grades this week. All right, we need you next week. So. Here with Coach Pat Cucci. You were first?
You were waiting here first, but no big deal.
Well, defense always wants to go first, but, you know, offense is always prettier. Defense is harder. So, Coach, talk about the effort tonight. Charlotte, #1 team, the #1 seed in 6A. They're the equivalent of Venice at this level. So, talk about how your defense was able to, you know, other than a few plays, really shut down this offense.
Communication. Our guys talked to each other tonight, and you could see a little bit in the second quarter. Sorry, they didn't talk, and then we had big plays, and they ended up scoring a touchdown on defense, and then obviously the kickoff return for a touchdown hurt us as well. Just poor communication, not talking to each other. When they snapped out of it, I mean, we did well. We made adjustments. That's all it was.
How awesome was it for your defense when they come down and they score that on the kickoff, that we come right back and score again. How much pressure does that take off of you guys? Because you got to see when they score those points, you automatically jump into, okay, we got to do this now. We got to take care of it. Special teams gave one up. How awesome to see not only offense hitting on most cylinders, but special teams starting to put some points on the board.
Well, I guess they didn't realize it that much because they scored a touchdown, we scored a touchdown, and then they came back and drove down the field and scored on us. So I
wasn't going to bring that up.
I guess they didn't really care too much, but we got to do a better job of just communicating, making the adjustments we need to, and it's just simple checks. And then when we do, we're good.
All right, it's starting to rain. Reese, you had a great game tonight. You had an interception early in the game. What did you see on that play?
I did drop back in my read, and then I saw the quarterback rolling, and I rolled with him, and then he threw the ball, and I just broke on the ball.
How do you feel? Do you feel comfortable in this position? You've been here for a year now, playing that outside linebacker type position versus defensive line last year. Do you feel like you're comfortable in the spot now? You feel like you've got it down?
Yes, sir.
Do you feel like he's got it down?
He's getting there.
That's what I figured. Yeah, great job tonight, guys. We look forward to it. And let's beat Venice. See you guys.
Thanks very much, Tom Porter, and that's the Hungry Howies. We're going to wrap it up here back in the stands with Brian Varnador, Rick Wells, Ken Burton Jr., Tiger fans. Thanks for tuning in tonight. Your Palmetto Tigers have won this one 40-16. Tonight's final score from the Fishbowl in Punta Gorda, Florida. Your Palmetto Tigers 40, the Tarpons 16. And we thank you for tuning in. And Tom, I see that you're smart enough to get out of the rain. And special thanks tonight to Jordan Varnador, happy birthday, and to Chris Bussell, the director. And again, you set it up in the rain. We're going to break it down in the rain. It started to rain here again, but Palmetto Tigers stay alive, and it's time for playoff football. Go Tigers.